I was fighting with YouTube. And like when I went to invite people to it, it was like searching all of humanity. So it was like, do you want to invite author John Green? And I'm like, no, John Yeager.
Why? Wait, let me just ask you a question. Why didn't you invite author John Green?
Really?
Because he would probably be very uppity, and we'd all our characters would get cancer and die.
He would make a Manic Pixie Dream Girl that was not a Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Right, and then she would die of cancer.
Mm-hmm. He actually has a really good YouTube channel for like history and stuff. I don't watch it very often, but
who is author John Green?
He wrote like Fault in Our Stars and
that one.
Oh,
Paper Towns was another one he wrote.
I thought that was like
Waiting for Alaska.
Okay, right, that guy. Yeah,
young adult teen novels.
The one where all the sappy movies are coming from, right?
Yeah.
He has a lot to answer for.
See, you don't want our playtest to turn into that.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad, generally.
I think any author usually has a good sense of story structure, whether it revolves around having cancer or not.
I guess there's no specific list of careers, is there? It's just whatever you want to do.
No, there is.
There is. It's an appendix.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I see career talents in appendix, but where's... Oh, assassin, astrologer, cavalier, courtesan. Okay.
Yeah, adept, fixer.
Yeah.
You're looking at a different list.
I'm just looking at the appendix at the beginning. There, the table of contents at the beginning. Adept, assassin, astrologer, cavalier, courtesan, entertainer, fixer, laborer, merchant, noble, physician, pilot, scavenger.
Are there only rules for the adept and the fixer?
I hope not.
There's a lot of stuff for the adept. I don't know of anything for the fixer.
No, there are.
There's a section for fixer. There's a section for
Oh, is it not complete? Is that what you're suggesting?
adept. Yeah.
Fixer. Oh, well, there's talents. Oh, talent list is what I'm looking at. Couple together, director. I made it. I know how it works.
I'm confused about careers.
Oh, there's 3 careers? Jesus.
There's more than that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
No,
There's.
Okay.
Or is that backgrounds? I don't even know what I'm looking at.
This is really complex. I was reading the rules aloud to Jesse this morning, and we were both like fighting over what they
I was
meant.
reading them. They seemed interesting. There's a lot of leeway.
Hopefully it's clear once you start playing, but like at the time we were like, no, it means this. No, you rolled this.
I'm still at what page is the career list that you guys are looking at?
I'm not there yet.
I'm just looking at the. Oh, okay, I see.
I'm looking at the career talent list, and there's all kinds of... I guess these are different careers.
Yeah, I think the career talent list is the thing to look at.
Okay.
But like before that, there's the uncanny.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
I what that is. I'm gonna ignore that.
It's kind of like the magic of this setting, I think.
Cavalier, assassin.
Yeah, those guys.
So when it says, I'm trying to make a quick character sheet so I can fill it in. Like when it says step 7, step up any 2 previous traits once. Is anything a trait, or is a trait a specific thing?
So
Because I don't see where it says the traits.
Pick your first career.
Right.
You have at that point you have your origin, your career, a relationship, a second career, or a first one that's up to D8, and a second relationship with a player character, a third career.
slow down. What's a career?
The career talent list in the appendix is what you want to look at.
Right, but is
Yeah,
it careers
careers
like
thief.
assassin, astrologer, courtesan?
Yeah, that's those.
Yeah, so adept,
So I could be
assassin,
assassin.
astrologer, cavalier, courtesan, entertainer, fixer, laborer, merchant, noble, physician, pilot, scavenger, scholar, servant, soldier, and thief.
And having a career allows me access to the talents within that career?
Yes.
Okay.
Select talents. For each die you step up, you get 1 talent. For example, at D6 you get 1 talent, at D8 you get 2 talents, and at D10 you get 3 talents.
Okay, that makes sense. Or if you pick 3 careers, then you'll have a talent in each.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but you'll have a D6, so you won't be able to exhaust your career. Okay.
No, you can exhaust it down to D4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
You
if it's a
can,
D-
no,
Yeah, you
can
can't
strain
exhaust.
it.
You can strain it down to D4. Yeah.
Oh.
Exhausting requires at least 2 steps down. Yeah.
I really wish there was a character creation sheet.
That would make it easy on you.
That's what I would like. This seems like a lot of like steps, and I would just like something that I could look at and be like, yes, I have completed this.
Yes.
Well, I would look at the example of character creation too.
About that, is there a section for relationships where they are explained? Step 3, it says name a relationship.
Right. So
I think you
let's say
I think maybe they assume
a
that you
friend,
understand.
a lover, or a possession. So essentially, you get to create a narrative element that you have a relationship with.
Okay. I wish
And
there was a section that
the example of character
says
creation
that.
it says, I name a relationship with a possession, a clockwork heart at D6. So maybe you got a pacemaker.
Oh, I see.
Maybe you've got an ancient sword passed down by your lineage. Maybe you have a friend who's a barrister. You know, who knows?
They could
Maybe
do
you
a
have a
little
lover.
more detail in the, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And then, do you also pick talents based on the like methods? No, you pick talents.
What are methods?
With cunning, with force, with grace.
You're asking me what?
If you pick talents based on those.
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you guys gonna be, or what do you guys have in your heads?
I'm gonna be a pilot.
Okay.
I was going to be a
Yeah,
cavalier.
for each die step you have in each method, you get 1 talent linked to that method.
Yeah, I want to be a cavalier starting off as well. Since you get to select 3, I want to have cavalier splashed in there at least.
Yeah, I'm going to be a cavalier something. Probably
Yeah.
2 in cavalier and 1 something else.
Is a cavalier like a knight?
It's a motorcycle riding knight. I don't know.
It's awesome. No, actually I have a relationship eagle mount, if that's something you'll let me have.
Oh, is that so?
I'm going full Knights of Grail, sorry. It's
Martian eagle.
yes. A wild Martian eagle from the mountains of wherever. The mountains of Ziggur or something like that.
Sure. Ad Astra.
Yes.
What does Ad Astra mean?
And stars.
Uh,
So it's fire and stars, I think, something like that. Infernus ad Astra. Yeah. Or hell inside, I don't know. It's great is what it is.
So what did you guys pick an origin? Did you pick an origin?
Getting to that.
Not really. Oh, that's like a place where you're from the Dutch people, or
Yeah.
a city.
Oh, origin. Yeah, I picked one already.
What did you pick?
The streets of Dundee.
Or does it name the cities somewhere?
Yeah, it's in one of the.
Is it? Oh, okay. I just made one up. Or
you
know,
guys will be
whatever
starting
it
at the
was.
Vancian Festival in the city of Vance.
In the city of
Okay.
Vance. Okay.
I think I'm gonna be a caravan pilot person. That's my character.
So your caravan flies is a flying caravan. I like that.
I mean, when you need to, sometimes there's stuff in the way. The roads on Mars aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
There, I said it.
I mean,
Mars dot is not fantastic.
ever since the dissolution of the Millennial Empire, whatever it was called.
Stupid Millennial Empire. There's also Appendix Origins if you're looking for more background information.
Oh yeah. Caro, Ilium, Pale Martian, Scara, Surtur, Vance, Wyeth, Ziggur, and Zodiac.
We are starting in the city of Vance. In the central portion of the Red Kingdoms, Vance lies at the intersection of several canals and is thus rich in Mars's most valuable commodity, water. The city is actually built on top of canals, creating at the surface a network of sub-canals which carry freight and people. The city is monumental in scope. I'll read the rest of this later.
You know, for all that I'm going ridiculous glory hammer with this, I really appreciate the Bradbury vibe. It's pretty great.
Yeah, they do have an appendix of careers later if you want to kind of understand what you get. It gives you trappings.
What precisely is a trait?
Traits are listed in the appendix. Well, so I guess a lot of things are traits, right? You have, let's see. So I think that your career is a trait, your relationships are traits, your methods are traits, and your motivations are traits.
I see, yeah. Anything that is
given a dice value.
Anything that is, placed into the pool that you're rolling for is a trait.
Think. Okay. Maybe not methods. Based on what the experience point.
Yeah.
Methods or motivations might not be traits. Career origin, relationships with friends, lovers, possessions, or PCs are all traits, probably.
All right, I'll adapt this a little more. I'm going to be from Ziggur.
You're gonna be what?
Oh, my city is going to be Ziggur. Origin. The streets of Ziggur.
Excuse me.
Which means I'm probably going to be an adept as well as Cavalier.
How are you?
Yeah, a bunch of the round. Apparently, Ziggur is known for its round heads. The telepath, the very psycho. What's its?
So you're a pilot, you're a Cavalier adept. What about you, Tori?
I'm a Cavalier thief.
Cavalier thief?
I haven't figured out my second one yet.
So trying to decide between former slave in the salt mine or astrologer courtesan.
Quite a difference.
Former slave in the salt mine or what? I missed.
Astrologer courtesan.
Oh, yeah, that's
So So, why can't you be all three?
Good.
God, have it interview. It's just like that woman from Revenants, actually.
What?
The future-telling whore.
I don't know that character.
Hey?
Which character?
The seer prostitute.
In Revenants?
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's not a prostitute.
The French one.
Yeah. But she definitely sleeps with men intelligent issues.
Who did she sleep with? Did she sleep with
The
Simon?
father and Simon.
I have no
She's
idea.
the girl who's like rounding up all the zombies at the end.
Oh, I forgot about her.
There actually is an appendix with career descriptions. Look at that.
Is there?
Yeah, it's almost all the way towards the end.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I missed it completely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Am I not in Korea?
It's exerting and exhausting. Draining.
After that. Yeah.
Did you? Pardon, you're an adept? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm a Cavalier adept.
Okay. Is anybody an assassin yet? Maybe I'm a traveling merchant assassin.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You already said he's a thief?
I'm
Or
a
the-
thief.
Okay, I'll go with assassin then.
My character's not especially violent, but that's where the Cavalier comes in.
Hmm.
With force. Thieve things with force.
All right. We get one trait per die in a career, right?
Yeah, one talent game.
Yeah, or yeah, talent,
Talent.
whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Just
one.
give it
Do I-
D6
do I-
if you want.
Do we have to go in order,
Do I-
or can we choose either of them, any of them underneath the?
You can choose any of them underneath, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's an order.
Is there a list of troubles, or should I make? Do we make up a trouble?
I think you make up a trouble. Why are you
Okay.
guys all together? What is your common link? You guys thought about that at all?
Well, we've got
Do you have any ideas about the background of the story?
We do need to establish relationship with other characters as part of character creation, so there's going to have to be something binding us together.
Hmm.
We've got a thief and an assassin. Jesse, have you
Those are two different things, John. That's why they're different jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're close enough. An assassin kills people, and a thief kills property. It's obvious.
Are you noble? Is that your origin?
I have
So short-sighted.
probably.
Because you could have hired us.
That's careerist.
I'm sticking by it.
You ever
I
read
don't think I'm noble.
the green text of the Werebore Assassin?
No,
I'll have to send it to you this week. It's pretty funny stuff. Just the
Your
idea.
assassin already sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, but he doesn't like assassinate in ways that are like they don't make sense. He just like bursts through walls and kills people.
It's great.
You looked for me at the Cape, but I wasn't there.
Oh, love that kind of character. Oh, I wanted to do that once. Make a character that called himself a knife wizard. Like, all of their abilities would be just about stabbing people as messily and unesthetically pleasing ways as possible, but they would call all their stuff magic. They would be casting and that kind of thing.
So
But it would all
essentially just be a rogue.
It would all just be stabbing people badly with no sense of finesse whatsoever. But they would be spells because he would be a knife wizard.
Sounds like an anime. Spell of 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Anyway, back to character creation. Yes.
So you can exert your ranks in being an adept to create major feats. Or you said you're taking telepathy, John?
I'm gonna take dowsing actually.
Dowsing? I don't think dowsing is a... I meant, what's your...
It's an adept talent.
No, there's 3 different fields of adeptness, which are psychometry, telekinesis, telepathy.
Crap,
It's in the portion of the uncanny.
Oh, let me get to the uncanny then. And... Oh, the adept arts. Yeah, there we are. Psychometry, telekinesis.
And if you're an astrologer, you also have astrologer, fixer, and adept all get the uncanny.
So is anybody going to make their hometown Vance?
I'll be Vance.
Okay. That my caravan is between Vance and QBD.
Actually, I kind of like the idea of psychometry.
Yeah, I did that as a talent in Numenera once, and the guy who was DMing or game mastering was an idiot. And it's just like, what does this object tell me about things? Here, I'll roll. And I rolled high, and it'd be like, it tells you it's an object, and I'd be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it does force a lot more description, but like
All of the things.
it'd be good for investigations and such.
Right, exactly. What is this
Yeah, I like
object?
that idea. Yeah.
So for
I
step
don't
one,
want
here's
I don't-
like,
Is anybody a fixer or a astrologer? Can I not read these?
I'm going to be an astrologer.
You
Astrologer.
do not.
I
Would
think,
you rather do psychometry then?
What? I don't get psychometry's fine. I don't care.
Well, Jesse, I mean, if he wants to do psychometry, then I might go
No,
with...
astrology is something different.
Oh, it is. It's down there, right there. Okay.
Astrology is just like figuring out the meanings of the stars and giving out oracle
Right.
things.
All right, I'm going to go psychometry then.
I'm a Vestal Virgin.
I knew it.
What did you say?
He's a Vestal
I'm a
virgin.
Vestal Virgin.
So for my relationship, since I'm a pilot, can I have like, wait, do we fly on this planet or do we drive things?
There
Cavaliers
are airships that fly. Or starships? What did it say? No doubt clouds the minds of the Martian people that sky ships fly, roundheads move boulders with their minds, and sometimes prophecies come to pass.
What's the major mode of transportation? I would like my object to be a vehicle.
That's fine, yeah, your sky ship.
Okay.
It's a small sky ship unless you put more dots, more traits into it.
No, it's shitty.
Okay.
I think I'm probably not a very good pilot assassin. I probably lucked into it because I ran over someone once and they paid me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Has to be lower in this city. That was pretty.
I tried to make all of my belches artful. Artful belches.
I'll make all my belchers Bob's.
Bob.
What? Person.
Ning trouble. trouble a D? No, trouble is just a. It's not a die.
Like a narrative element.
Yeah.
So traits are basically just anything on my character sheet. So if I up a trait, that means I can up courtesan.
Yeah.
I could up cunning. I could up.
No, you can't because it says any of the previous traits. So it means anything above that step.
Yeah, so I think it's anything but the methods and motivations.
Yeah.
Okay, but I could up my relationship with
Yep.
my awesome hookah pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Feeling like
Relationship with other characters.
I'm just an instrument of the gods.
Ooh.
It is not my own fulfillment I seek,
mm-hmm.
but the will of the fates.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. You're but a humble pilot. You might not understand these sorts of things.
Get off my ship.
I'm relationship with
I
other
predict that
characters.
will have disastrous results for you if I am kicked off this ship. But so be it if you wish.
Regret nothing.
Doom comes! Doom!
Take your hookah with. You talk to it too much. It's creepy.
Yeah, you can have an object like an astrolabe or an astrological clock or a star chart or telescopes or...
Well, I was going to have a lover, like,
You do you.
What?
huh? You're making a face at me.
No, I don't care if you have a fictional lover.
I was thinking, like, an unfavored prince. Yeah.
Oh.
Fine, I'm a manison.
What's wrong with that? Don't sell yourself short. You're very good looking.
Am I not allowed to be a lady?
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. So we need to come up with some way that we all know each other, because otherwise, I feel like I should come up with my trouble.
You're a merchant, right? So,
Yeah. I mean, I guess I grew up as a merchant, but now I mostly run over people with my ship.
I figured I
Yeah,
could
I didn't want to
be
make a
like
9/11
hired
reference
muscle.
at all, but pilot assassin just seems so...
No, you're thinking kamikaze. That's
Oh.
more of a
That's right, it's a little different.
little different.
You have to get from job to job somehow, and taking all the taxi fees really eats into your profit margin.
Oh no.
to sound economical.
Oh. Right. Well, I put down as the relationship with the character. I figured I was probably hired muscle for you, hired protection, but that might not be such a good idea now.
No.
Oh.
If you're an assassin, maybe I've hired you in the past. I trade in secrets. You're one of my contacts that when people need somebody run over repeatedly and thoroughly, it's like, I know a guy.
I'm a lady. My lady's prettier than your lady. Bye-bye. Tori, Tori, what's your background? I'll try and pick my relationship to.
Well, so far what I have is, my name is Kasim Saris. I was born in the caravans as my origin is crossing the treacherous sands. And I began my career as a thief. But I eventually developed a kinship with animals, and I acquired a mount, which is some type of flying beastie. I was thinking like a little wyvern creature, whatever would be native to Mars at this stage. And then I began my career as a cavalier and got my black hat. And my trouble is that my tribal nomadic family sold my sister to a wicked noble in another city.
Do you want to be childhood friends? Because I grew up in the caravans too.
That's great. We have a common origin. So I'm Kasim Saris, and I have like a little wyvern thing that I use to cross the desert. Could it be a flying mount, or is it some kind of? Should it start off initially with some type of like chocobo? I'll just take a chocobo. That could be my initial relationship.
You want some kind of ground bird? Eh?
Your character is a Cavalier adept?
Cavalier adept, yep. From the city of Zagur.
Do you have any relationships yet?
I'm currently hired muscle for the merchant, whatever their name is.
Sati.
Sati?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so maybe I should have a tighter connection to your caravan then, since you guys all work together.
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, I could just work for you as well and like know the ways of.
I'm in charge.
I mean, you're the captain of the ship. It's important to understand who's in charge. I can appreciate that.
Swab the deck.
That's
Swab it.
not my-
Well.
I feel like
Listen,
I've had a premonition.
do you see that trait right there? Don't make me exert my trait.
I can see ill things. Yeah, maybe I help grease palms and buy our way.
Find
into
jobs.
things.
You're the job
Find
finder.
jobs. Yeah. Okay. I'm connected in court.
Did you come up with a trouble yet?
Not yet.
I'm gonna figure out what
I
the
feel
trouble
like
is.
I have like a second prince as a jilted mother or something.
we're not getting along, I'm afraid, incidentally. You're an astrologer, right?
Yeah, why?
My trouble is extreme distrust of other uncanny users. because evil wizards. So
Well, that's fair. You should probably distrust me. It's okay to get along. You don't have to trust me.
wondering if I should do Path of Promises Kept. Making a vow. I don't know what kind of vow to make.
I don't trust anyone either, darling.
Oh, I'll make that my trouble.
What?
Trustworthy. Or trusting.
Trusting? That's a good one.
Oh, is that really a trouble, though?
Yeah.
Does it have to be... Okay. It's like
I think. Well,
Or does it have to be like...
There's a lot of leeway with troubles.
Yeah, are there examples?
The example given in character creation is... Where is it? Trouble. He cannot stand to be outsmarted. That's the example
Okay,
in
so
character
like
creation.
really trusting could be...
Yeah.
Do you have a trouble set yet, Hardin?
Yeah. Extreme distrust of evil wizards. That's like you.
Oh, I'm not evil. I mean, I'm a wizard. Sure.
We've known each other for a long time, so I won't actively try to kill you.
I mean, we all know the horrible doom that'll befall you if you do lay a finger on me.
Let's not test that. Or maybe we'll have to sometime. I don't know. We'll see. Jaeger, can you give us any kind of idea of what we're starting with? I'm thinking about Path of Promises Kept, which requires me to pick a specific vow for my character to make.
Mm-hmm.
Which might or might not have anything to do with, what we're doing. What I was thinking about.
What do you mean what you're starting with?
As far as the storyline we're going to be going through. I guess it doesn't matter. Vows should be more general than that.
You're starting in Vance. It's a city that has lots of water. A valuable commodity on Mars.
Fine!
You're visiting a festival.
Well, alright, screw the vow, then I'm going to the Path of the Jeweled Thrones. That sounds better.
Hardin, okay, tell me about your hatred of evil wizards. I feel like maybe there's a relationship we could have that's, like, competitive or something?
You could be lovers.
Maybe we used to be lovers before I found out you were an astrologer.
I'm confused about something. You get a number of talents equal to the die that you have in a certain method.
So
you
each
get an equal number of talents. So like D6 we get 1 talent, D8 we get 2 talents, D10 we get 3 talents.
For which things? Just the 3 listed force.
Yeah, they're like forceful,
force,
graceful,
grace, and cunning.
Yeah, they're in the talent section.
Yeah, so you get
1, 2, or 3.
So we start with like 6 talents basically.
Well, you start with what? 9 talents, right? Because you get 6 from that. You get 1 each from each career path you take.
Okay, yeah. So there are career talents that come from each of the die that you have in that. So that's also a method.
Hardin, I'm making us competitive ex-lovers.
Awesome. Sounds
That's
good.
probably why you put up with my heresy.
Probably. Yeah, lingering affection. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, Ziggur is a city of adepts, roundheads.
Oh, and they don't allow astrologers.
And they don't allow astrologers. I was probably kicked out at some point. I had already absorbed their instinctive distrust of astrologers, and then after I was kicked out and put on their shit list, I also got paranoid that they were going to hunt me down and kill me. So,
did you get kicked out because of me?
oh, I might. Yes. Yeah.
liaison.
Okay. We became lovers. Yeah. Before I found out you were an astrologer, and then I found out you were an astrologer by way of being kicked out of Zagur for with an astrologer.
Lingering frustration.
Each other, honey.
Yeah. So now I am done with this whole uncanny shit, despite the fact that I am also an adept. Excellent.
So then we have to pick 2 paths.
Yeah. Okay, method talents. Where are they?
So how do the paths work?
They're how you get experience. They're the very last appendix.
Okay, so if you
It's once per session. Say like I have the Path of Giving Hands and the Path of Jeweled Thrones. Path of Giving Hands, once per session. If I help someone who cannot help themselves, I get 1 experience. If I save someone from a threat as bad or worse than death, I get 2 experience.
does death count as bad as death?
As bad or worse than death, yes.
So
Yeah,
death
it's
would
as
count.
bad as death, yeah.
That
Okay.
counts as bad as death.
I just the wording was a little odd.
It's yeah. There's some rough edges to be sanded off, I guess. Combat talents. Close combat talents.
So I'm gonna go with Path of Promises Kept, and that my general promise is that as members of my crew, I will protect you.
Okay.
That's my idea of it.
Talent section on my sheet here.
So
So for choosing talents, do we have to pick them from the section where, if like my force talents, can I choose them from combat talents instead, or are those separate?
No, there's forceful talents, I think.
There are, but
How do you get critical talents?
how do we get combat
Tell you what.
talents?
I'm reading the combat section now. Example, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, basic or career talents usually give you effects. Combat talents represent maneuvers your character is trained to perform. There's no saying how we get them.
So each sidestep you have in each method, so with Cunning Force Grace, you get 1 talent linked to that method.
Oh, linked to that method. So if there's combat talents linked to that method, then I can use them. Okay. That would make
So
sense.
what are examples of troubles again?
Anything you want, yeah?
I guess character flaw. Mine is I'm trusting.
You're trusting. What do you guys have?
Distrust of evil wizards. Tori?
I have
I
an
think they're-
abducted sibling in another city.
Ah, that's a good one.
Okay, so it could be like a relationship.
Yeah, it can be anything.
Okay, I'm
Something
gonna-
that's always on my character's mind.
Yeah.
Each
It
player has a
affects
trouble,
his-
like a particular
it
disadvantage
affects-
to a serious enemy or test.
It affects his decision making.
When the character's trouble comes back to haunt her, her player takes a drama point. A player can earn a point this way up to once per scene. A non-player character's trouble comes into play. It grants an extra d6 to non-combat rolls against that character.
So when Hardin's character and I hang out, he's like, I don't trust these evil wizards. And I'm like, they seem fine.
They seem okay.
I don't think that would necessarily call on the trouble.
No, I just meant, like, that's...
Oh, I see. Gotcha,
Yeah.
I was trying to be funny.
Maybe try harder.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Ouch.
I just want everyone to like me.
Such is the way of socializing.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out combat right now. Combat seems interesting.
I feel like I should pick something
It's a little
a little more. Yeah.
Make sure you guys have different colors of D10s. That seems to be important.
Oh, okay.
You break out my
Need
real
at
dice.
least 3 different colors.
Here, boy.
Or a way to kind of tell them apart.
Force. One more grace traits.
I should have gotten food as well already. That would have been good.
Huh.
Oh,
Does sound good.
Stuns break. Resolve. Die. Greater. Does everyone have a strain value?
Strain, I don't think you have a value, do you? It just builds up, and then you roll against it. And if you roll below the strain value, you're out of combat.
Gotcha. So you take more strain as you play.
Exactly. And then it's like you should have, I think, a resolve die. And then, so like if your resolve die is a D8 and you have 3 strain, then if you roll a 3, you're out of the combat.
Mhm.
But I don't know how you determine what the resolve die is.
Are you taking vibrate?
Probably.
Okay.
That seems fitting, unless you want to take
No, that's why I'm asking.
What side is it?
Cunning.
What's your primary attribute?
Mine?
Yeah.
Like motivation or method?
Method,
Sorry.
sorry.
Grace. What's yours?
Trying to decide between common things.
I'm not smart. I think I just run people over in my skyship.
Sounds like force.
That's not my force, though.
I cunningly run them down with my 3-ton vehicle.
Sometimes they dodge into, like, obstacles, and so you have to, with grace, scoot the whole vehicle.
So each player makes a resolve roll using their character's most relevant motivation die.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it could be based on, like, why you're in the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. So, like, how committed you are to the fight determines how much damage you're willing to take or stand up to.
Right.
That's cool.
Oh, cunning.
All the combat stuff, John, that you were talking about, the combat talents, I'm guessing you're looking at lunge, riposte, strike, sweep attack?
Yeah, they're tied to your force, grace, cunning.
No, they are and they aren't. Anyone may use one maneuver per round.
Mhm.
You can't use a maneuver in 2 consecutive rounds except for strike and parry. So each maneuver also has a mastery effect, which you can buy to add additional benefits. Anyone can use the maneuver provided they meet the requirements and pay the costs.
Oh. That's the talents you're talking about, the combat talents.
Combat maneuvers. So, for example, sweep attack says action, strike, cost, exert force.
Right. Or aggressive defense. They're listed as close combat talents, so I was...
I'm on a different page, John.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's different like maneuvers you can do in combat if you want.
Okay. Right. Because there's a sweep attack and a riposte and stuff in the talents. So...
So, for this one, it says when making a grace roll, add a d12 to your pool and a d8 to the opposition. So you help yourself a lot and the opposition some. Is that the okay?
I wonder if there was like pre-made characters somewhere.
I haven't seen it.
I don't think there are any. I have in this like scenario packet character hooks and investigation hook that lists like several characters by name that aren't listed anywhere else. I wonder if it's like from an older playtest. Oh, I need to get some food.
Talents for the methods, not for the motivations.
I'm not sure how to put that. That's on possible.
How do you get the combat talents?
Sure, they were just discussing that, but I was.
What did you say about the combat talents?
They each have a trait associated with them. So, like, as far as I understand it, like, I took, where is it? Get out of here, which is a combat talent where you push an ally out of the way or into a better position. The trait associated is grace, so it takes up one of my grace talents.
Okay.
That's just how I read it anyway.
I guess that makes sense. I need to, yeah, because I picked all of mine from that other table.
Yeah, it's not really fully explained how they go back and forth like that.
Do you know what the combos are?
No, that's right. Oh wait.
So it says trait cunning, and this is combo 1 strike, 1 parry, 1 footwork.
So I think those are the dice from the. No.
This is very complicated.
I think I'm done with my character. I have Kasim Saris, from the Caravans. 1 rank a thief, 2 ranks of Cavalier, troubled by his missing sibling. And I selected Path of the Vendetta against the merchant who owns her, who owns his sister.
You have 2 times.
And Path of the Conqueror as my other path because basically Kasim is power mad and power hungry. He wants to rule. He wants to be emperor of Mars one day, and he'll darken his gray his vision of morality in order to do so. And that's why he's got for self 10, for love 8, for honor 6. He's not very honorable. Force 10, with cunning 8, with grace 6. So he's not very prone to grace. And I got my talents here.
I feel like my character's relationship to your character is that you're going to be like an enabler who brings out all of her worst traits.
Could be.
For self, for love.
So are you both, pardon, are you for self first as well?
No, I'm for honor first.
Oh, me too. Okay.
For honor, for love, for self.
I'm for love.
John and Tori, you guys wear the distinctive Cavalier's broad black hat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do we have any other starting gear, like a sword?
Sword and a gun, right? I believe.
It's in the
Flint laser or something like that?
career stuff at the end, so. Cavalier, a long, broad black hat, a sword, treats for various beasts.
Yeah. Oh, just a sword then.
Yeah.
Navigate flawlessly and ride any beast.
Did you see the note? The character with Cavalier as a career can navigate flawlessly and ride any beast. The character can also ride more unlikely things, like large chunks of falling masonry.
They gotta make it exciting. Ooh, Adept. A character with Adept as a trait may read the surface thoughts from other people's minds, determine people's general attitude and honesty, and telekinetically move up to his own body weight. You see.
Which encourages adepts everywhere to eat as much as they can.
What?
Bad adepts can move more than skinny adepts.
Oh! Oh God, you're right.
That's why they call them roundheads. It's not because they're like...
It's just because
Their
they're
minds are-
huge.
It's all the rolls that come up.
Eat a lot of heavy metals.
Oh no. Potential adepts are brought up as ascetics, earning the right to speak and eat only by performing feats of the mind. So the better you do, the more you can eat.
Okay, I think I'm done as well. I'm Sati Kanwar. Grew up in the caravans with my childhood friend Kasim. Even though he's a little crazy and wants to rule Mars, I pat him on the back and I'm like, "Sure you will, buddy."
He's trustworthy.
Yeah, he is. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. So, and my motivations are honor first. Not that I have like a lot of trust in like the law or people of I don't know, like of like authority, but that like I think that everyone's going to keep their word, like, and so that I do as well.
I always keep the word.
I know you do, buddy. I know you do. That's why we're such good friends.
I don't have Path of the Deceiver.
Friend zoned.
So
Trouble.
and my task
Yes.
their promise is kept, and that like the promise is like to loyalty and protection of my crewmates, and then Path of the Legendary, in that we will get more jobs the better known we are.
So I'm not going to keep track of the paths, but that's how you get experience. So make sure you guys, if you know what you're supposed to be doing, or calling out when you should be getting experience, and I'll arbitrate that, whether or not it counts.
Alrighty.
Okay. So Kasim is Tori's character. Pardon, what's your character's name?
Ivar McCormick. Ivar. Yep.
And Jesse?
Darla Crane.
Darla?
Darla. Crane?
Yep.
Darla Crane.
Character sounds hot. Is she hot?
Super hot.
Don't trust that one. It's not worth the trouble.
Fine.
No, me?
Oh no.
I ain't never harmed a fly.
Are you gonna talk like that the whole time?
I can't do it, Darla.
Oh.
I'm just asking.
Where's
Asking
speed
Fred.
explained?
Oh dear.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty imagining what it is our crew does for a living. Like, if we're super mobile, at least me and Hardin, then I guess a job might be being like scouts or something, or frontiersmen.
We're conners and scammers.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a lot.
I have I have career in thief, so I guess so. But I have two career in Cavalier, and so I don't know what jobs I can get just riding around. I just gotta ride. Just gotta keep riding.
All right. I can't. There's no section that explains how you get speed.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think you just start with 3.
Yeah, it just the example says I set his speed to 3. It's listed as a special trait when it's mentioned, but that's about it.
Well, I'll set my speed to 4.
Set my speed to 6. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I guess.
Well, it's a trait, right?
Yeah, they say it's a special trait that's listed just.
So I think that means that you can increase it with experience points.
Yeah,
Right,
I think it
base
starts.
I guess the base is just 3 then.
Yeah, I would start it at 3.
Okay. Yeah,
By the
they should explain that somewhere.
My skyship's name is Infidel.
Nice.
Nice.
By the way, if you guys want to take notes and stuff like that, just so that there's, you can send them to me after the session. We can put it in their comment section.
Okay.
Note number 1. Make
And I'm
your
gonna just hold on. Gmail.
You said you did not take bribery. Does anyone have bribery?
I don't.
Nope.
I do have author.
What am I doing? What am I looking up? I'm looking up Cavaliers of Mars.
Okay, I think I'm pretty well done with my character. So I am Ivar McCormick, Cavalier Adept of Zigur, although I am no longer welcome there. I was, after becoming involved for love with one Darla Crane, I discovered that she was an astrologer by being kicked out of Zigur, as Zigurians have, the entire city has a pathological distrust of astrologers. I did not know she was one, but I found out when I was kicked out. I have since taken up traveling Mars with this group. My motivations are for honor first, then for love, then for self. I have a rather romantic view or notion of Mars.
You're like a true cavalier.
Yeah, I like to think I hold the spirit of what a cavalier should be.
Yeah, like I'm like the gangland downtrodden cavalier.
You're like you're like the Ronin cavalier, yeah.
Well, with like big spinners on my rims and shit, cavalier.
Yeah.
And you're like the Don Quixote.
I'm like the noble. The
noble spirit.
My methods are force, then grace, then cunning. And I took Path of the Giving Hands, which means I help people.
Oh, you do!
But also Path of the Jeweled Thrones, which is like, you like wealth and spending wealth extravagantly. So, a bit of a peacock as well. So, like, my wide black hat has a large feather in it. I fly an eagle. My eagle's name is Osric, incidentally. It's my last remaining connection to Zigur. It came with me when I left. But yes, Ivar McCormick.
Yeah. So speaking of paths, reading the email again from Rose, who is in charge of the playtest, says part of the goal of this playtest is kick the tires on advancement. Please award experience at 3 times the standard rate listed in the rules.
Wow.
So you will be getting experience at 3 and 6 instead of 1 and 2 based on your paths.
All right.
Also, she says she made a slight update to the playtest docs about combat, so I just want to check that real fast.
Yeah, I'm essentially a big Scottish Don Quixote.
Well, I like that you have like a noble eagle mount, and I have like a gnarly ass wyvern.
Yeah, that helps.
It's a good dichotomy starting off for the 2 cavaliers.
Yeah, just an immediate physical representation. Does yours have a name? Does your mount have a name? It should.
I don't know. It should be something. It should be something brutal and harsh.
Iblis.
Grack. Grack the wyvern.
Nice.
I think I have to come up with something more specific for my trouble. Like, I think it can't just be a character flaw. Like, I'm willing to play my character with a character flaw, but I think I have to come up with, like...
Well, I was confused about how to play my trouble, because it's like, oh, do I want something that's going to come up every scene and then I will play it out? Or do I want something that sets up the story and the motivation for my character? And it's like, can't really have both. You end up having to, like...
Well, I think it said you can change it at the end of a session, too.
Yeah, they can be changed. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
There's also a lot of opportunities for, it seems like, for the players to add in like twists and stuff like that. So you can add like a twist, like you recognize this guy as part of the gang of the people that stole your sister. You can keep it back into our story.
But
So I don't think that's...
I don't know. Trouble.
Right.
I mean, the example trouble they give is pretty general. I mean, it's that he cannot stand to be outsmarted. Flavor text is, if there's a trick afoot, it had better be mine. And that's pretty.
general.
Yeah. It's also actually kind of blah. Yours is better. But yeah, so they don't have to be anything super specific. As long as you can work it into the story and make it, have an actual effect. Which I can't see that one. I don't know.
Like, I think mine would only, like, it would only count as something that... it would only count as something towards my trouble if I go out of my way to trust someone who is so obviously untrustworthy.
Yeah.
Or at least, is like I think I have to...
I see what you're saying.
So it can't just be like, I trust this orphan matron. Like, that's fine. It has to be...
It has to be a specifically untrustworthy person, yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening. I don't know. It's up to you.
I think that's how... I'm going to try that.
Okay.
You guys might get really frustrated with me.
You just want to see the best in people. I mean, you might know you can't trust them any further than you can throw them, but just this one time.
Wouldn't you rather see the best in people and be wrong when they disappoint you than to not trust them when you should have?
Wouldn't you rather always be inevitably let down when that happens? Rather than maybe wising up a little bit.
It's better that I be let down than that individual be let down.
That's really depressing.
The selfless assassin?
Apparently.
I'm a pilot before I'm an assassin. It's just
It's like,
on weekends.
hey, bud, I've got this contract, and I'm really sorry about it. I'm sure you're a good person, but I gotta
The
get
guy
paid.
that hired me is also like, he told me this whole story, and it's like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I can hold off for a little bit if you guys want to come to a peaceful resolution. That's... I don't have to kill you right now.
I mean, I did give my word, so maybe I should. I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think?
You're the
You are the target.
bastard that always takes like the next offer. Like, oh, don't kill me. I'll pay you twice as much to kill the other guy. And he pays you 3 times as much. Like, you're just going back and forth between targets at that point.
It's not so much assassination as like aggressive negotiation.
Offer you can't refuse. Pay me 3 times more and I won't kill you.
But then I'd be breaking the word to the original guy.
Just build that clause into all of your contracts.
You can't argue with contract law.
Exactly. Oh my.
All right, how we doing?
I'm ready.
Already? Probably missed some things, but I think we're good. We'll see what happens when we start, I guess.
Sure.
They need a character sheet. There's a lot of crap to keep track of.
How are we getting this this particular adventure? I want to play till 4, so we have like about 2.5 hours, or I guess 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, we need dice.
No, we need dice. Yeah, I need to go get those.
Lots of pens, maybe some other trait dice.
Sure. I also have to go pee, so I'll be right back.
No. Maybe take a 10-minute break to get combobulated.
What do you mean?
Like the little one, the one that you got me.
The only one that I don't know where it is the one I got you. All the others are in this bag.
All right. I think we're ready.
Yeah, I think we're taking like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Pull things together.
sorry. We need 6s, 8s, and 10s. Do you make it needs a 12? I guess 4s too. What did you just do with that little bag?
Hey, Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
tell me a story about your time in Asia.
My only caveat is it has to be a made-up story.
It has to be a made-up story.
Oh yeah, one where you come across a roadside god.
I was hoping for a dragon.
Fish or something. And it turns out it's a magic fish. And it's like the princess of the fish kingdom.
Yeah, after the princess fish told me she was a princess, I pulled her out of her, left her on the side of the road. I mean, princess gods are just too dangerous. It's better to asphyxiate right off. I went to a bunch of gardens and temples and things. It was kind of ridiculous how many people there were everywhere, though. Like, there was nowhere where there was, like, any kind of atmosphere of reverence, which was, I feel like, something I kept looking for. So, like, after looking for that kind of thing, whole bunch of time, like, over the course of a couple weekends, I finally went to this garden in a neighboring town that's, like, sort of known for its old sort of gardens. And, like, literally there was some sort of competitive team photography event going on. There were, like, 40 people swarming through the gardens wearing, like, color-coded jerseys with high-powered cameras and occasionally breaking out into, like, cheers. And it was just like, I give up. I've been doing it wrong. Like, I'm trying to fit a square peg through a round hole, and I just have to accept this.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I was just looking for some quiet, contemplative space.
Oh, in Shanghai? No. No, that's not going to happen.
But a bit.
Yeah.
So that is when I just gave up. I was like, okay, this is okay. This is amazing.
Oh, no.
And then I rode on the back of a dude's scooter through traffic to get home.
Nice.
Did you hitch a ride or did you like pay for a motorcycle?
I paid for him. Well, I was trying to hail a cab.
Yeah.
He was a scooter for a guy.
I bought his body.
I mean, the guy took my money. Where I wanted to go. I couldn't
So worked
speak
out.
Chinese. You couldn't speak any English, so I don't really know.
Did you just have like your address written down someplace so you could like point to
I
it?
had, when I got to the train station, I was like, I need to be able to get back here, so I took a picture of the sign of the train station.
What? How did you know that was the train station?
'Cause
sign?
it
What
said-
if it said no parking or something?
They've got English on their signs, too.
Yeah, I was trying to hail a cab for like 20 minutes after I was at the garden with the competitive team photography happening. And there was like no cabs that were unoccupied. And
Yeah.
dude just like pulled up next to me on the corner and he's like,
All right.
I pull out my little picture of the train station. I was like,
That's amazing.
he's like, how much? He's like, no, this many.
They don't do cabs here anymore, like in Nicaragua?
No, they don't.
Oh.
Surprisingly.
We even starting to do it here with the like Uber share stuff.
Yep. So, am I allowed to have like a pistol to start out?
Weapons. There's only 2 weapons, right?
Sword and pistol, it looks like. Yeah, there isn't like an equipment section.
Ranged weapons and weapons is what I see. I don't know if they actually put those sections there.
Flint laser pistols. No.
It looks like a part of the game they just haven't really fleshed out. Am I allowed to have a pistol, or is that like too good of a thing? I'm also fine with just being a coward.
I mean, oh, you should pick half of coward.
I did.
Oh, cool.
I switched to Seaver to coward.
Thank you.
The equipment you get is the equipment that's connected to your career.
Trappings. Okay.
Oh, are there traps for the careers?
Yeah.
They're in the back of the.
Courtesans get silk garments and sparkling jewelry in bright colors. And astrologers get an astrolabe, star charts, horoscopes of the powerful.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, I
Sword
see.
for you. You don't even have a sword. Look at this guy.
Where do I get a ceremonial winged knife? How do I use
That's what all the assassins use.
What do you
No,
think?
that's for my pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it,
That's what all the
it's-
pilot assassins use.
You gotta kind of jiggle it.
It's it's an induction ceremony. All the pilots of the Mars. It's an old tradition that goes back to the gray-skinned ones. All right, are we everyone here?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, what? I know everyone kind of went through this already, and they kind of finished. But can you guys go ahead and reintroduce your characters to me because I was not paying attention.
All right, I'm Kasim Saris, and I originated in the dusty caravans between the cities, and my first career was as a thief until I got my first wyvern mount and became a cavalier. And my trouble is that my sister was sold by my tribal nomadic parents to a wealthy and wicked noble in the city of Ilium. That's my character. I have a wyvern mount.
Okay, so my character is Sachi Konwar. I grew up in the caravans between Vance and Zodiac. I am a pilot/assassin, mostly a pilot, just a little bit assassin. And I have a ship, the Infidel, that I fly around with my childhood friend Kasim while he looks for his sister. And these guys do. Because they seem nice.
I'm Darla Crane of the Vancian Court. I'm a courtesan, astrologer, and entertainer. And I have paths of the coward and the deceiver. And my trouble is that I'm overconfident.
I'm Ivar McCormick.
What's
A
your name,
cavalier.
sir?
Ivar McCormick. A cavalier adept, formerly of Zigur. Although I was banished from that city for a relationship with an astrologer, which is a complicated thing. But exile and the manner of the exile disillusioned me to the adepts of that city as well, particularly their autocratic ruler, my former autocratic ruler. And I have since offered my blade as a protector and knight errant along the for the travelers and trade routes of Mars. Currently, I am with these three noobs. Sorry, I help others. I have Path of Giving Hands, Path of Jeweled Thrones, so I enjoy being paid and spending it, but I also help others. And I don't trust other adepts or astrologers. I'm entirely soured on the concept of the uncanny. Then nothing good comes of those people, despite the fact I'm one of them.
Yeah. Darla, what's your trouble?
She's overconfident.
What?
Overconfident. And then I have Path of the Coward and Path of the Deceiver. So I get myself into trouble, and then I lie and squirm my way out of it.
And I'm the one that has to end up saving her. Despite the fact that we've been over this, Darla. This is not how it works anymore.
So, I think this time when she says she's going to turn her life around, she means it. I really think that.
Always seeing the best in people. That's what I like about you. I like you.
Don't listen to her. Woman ain't no good.
Oh, he's just mad about the past. Always stuck on things that can't be changed.
Is Darla the courtesan/astrologer that you hooked up with in Ziggur?
Yes, yeah. She's the reason I got kicked out of Zigur.
Trust her?
No. But, I mean, I trust her enough not to try and kill her. There's still a lot of emotional pain there.
Yeah. You never
Unresolved.
I don't know. It doesn't really explain how we're together at this moment. I probably, after traveling on my own for a long while, after being kicked out, I ran into Darla, who was working with this caravan, and got suckered into coming along.
Yeah, and Sati probably is like, they just need some time together to get through their differences. I'll just keep them on this ship. And
You guys are Mal and
And
Anara.
Kasim's over there like, yes, another gullible fool. Oh, man. So that's where we're at.
oh wow, we really are Firefly.
Oh yeah.
I'm Kaylee, and Tori is Jane.
Yay! I get to be Jane. I'm fine
Awesome.
with that.
It's not bad, yeah. How big a book?
I'm like a cross between Kaylee and Wash.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes Jesse a very airheaded Inara.
Mhm.
It makes me Mal, I suppose.
You're Mal
Right.
and Shepard.
Except I'm not. Yeah, Mal and Shepard a combination. Except I'm not actually in charge.
Neither was Mal.
That's true.
Al was in charge. There were a lot of moments where, like, you know what the chain of command is? It's the chain I go get and beat you with, but you don't do what I say.
That's the thing. He had to constantly remind everybody that he was in
Right.
charge.
I ain't asking, I'm telling. Well, maybe
Is
we
nobody
should.
listening to me? I'm the boss here. Wash, you're coming.
You want to run this ship? Yes, I do. Well, you can't. All right. The city of Vance. In this central portion of the land of Meridian, Vance lies at the intersection of several canals. It is thus rich in Mars's most valuable commodity, water. The city is actually built on top of the canals. At the surface, this creates a network of sub-canals. These carry freight and people like roads. The city is monumental in scope, carved from huge blocks of red and white rock. It reaches nearly a dozen stories towards the sky. The locals enjoy shade, sweet water, and the produce of the farms along the canals. Trade also brings exotic goods and great wealth by canal and caravan. At night, the city is lit with many colored lanterns, according to a superstition deeply held but long since forgotten. Windows are made of glass salvaged from the prismatic waste, fit together into intricate patterns. Vance does not possess a sky navy as such, though its greatest scholars are working long and hard on the problem, and have perfected other means of short-term flight. The city does have several towers with sky docks for visiting dignitaries from Zodiac and Ilium. A few merchant houses own sky yachts, but so far none have replicated the technology. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's just a small, shitty airship, and they refuse to let you dock in the sky yacht place.
Or it could be a water ship.
Or dust ship. Dust ships are a thing.
My ship?
Yeah.
Dust ships that sail the wastes.
And really advanced flight.
Okay, so
What were the two towns that you went across from?
I just picked two. So Vance and
And you said Mance and Zodiac. So Zodiac says that it says the city does have several towers with sky docks for visiting dignitaries from Zodiac and Ilium. So maybe Zodiac has the technology to make ships.
It does. Zodiac does have the technology to make skyships.
So maybe you got a shitty sky ship. But you've
I've
docked
got a
it.
what?
Huh?
Did he win?
The Prince of Vance is chosen from among the merchant houses. The city employs a regular and professional fighting force, the Prince's Hound. The master of this force is the Dog of, who is nearly as powerful as the Prince himself. In matters of war, his power becomes supreme. However, since companies of hounds are sponsored by the merchant house, their loyalty quickly returns to the commercial establishment he's returned. Many con artists, mercenaries, and outright thieves people to the lower quarters of Vance. Such people flock to war. It is not unusual to see an urchin loosening in the pockets of a group of red cavaliers who are drinking alongside a pale tribal chief. The troops in the city are in its highest tower. Soldiers refer to watching from the towers as crypt watch. civilians sometimes use the term refer to any nocturnal cat. Poor or criminal dead are placed in the outgoing canals swept away forever.
Oh.
You must have a later version of this than I do. There's differences.
This
I was
is,
reading along in the text.
for
instance, mine just says, the poor and the criminal are placed in the outgoing canals to be swept away forever. It doesn't say poor and criminal dead. So,
you guys have
so you better be careful.
How awesome of a punishment would that be for a city guard that had like a raging river that you throw people living in?
sorry, your house has been repossessed. Off you go.
Littering.
Well, that's ironic.
Vance does not have a homeless population to speak of. So you guys have come to Vance with some wares and have unloaded your goods and are enjoying the day. The festival is in town. And so you have come to the Plaza Arez as it reaches evening time. The Plaza Arez is never quiet at night. The famous songs of the gondoliers echo throughout the forest of bronze statues, muffled slightly by the small, expensively maintained trees, some of the last on Mars. Never quiet, but always dark, the plaza, built to commemorate a long-forgotten achievement, is famously dangerous at night. It is ill-lit as the buildings that surround it tower ever upwards. It is a dark pit at the heart of the city where only thieves and the unwary walk, on any night but tonight. Tonight, though, lanterns of every color fill the plaza to celebrate the small moon festival, when the moon of Deimos passes close to the surface. On the outskirts of the city, youths hang from kites to try and reach the moon. They are lured by the thought of easy riches waiting for the brave and strong in Deimos' minds. Not even the best skyships of Ilium and Zodiac can breach the atmosphere, but children everywhere have heard of the Dawn Runners, the foolhardy pilots who fling rattle-trap ships towards Deimos tonight, bringing back precious metals, and the man mad enough to mine them. As the night deepens, the plaza fills with people of every description, throngs of red Martians of every social class, a drunken party of ape-like Zaius en route back from Chiaro, and a lone plant woman from the Wyeth rainforest who simply got caught up in the crowd. All are gathered to witness the brightest night of the year, and all are masked, including yourselves. Some wear simple yummock leather domino masks, other ornate woven facades covering all but the merest hint of the owner's form. At the end of the small moon festival, the year's slate is wiped clean, and no one need know who you were last year. Tomorrow, fresh star charts will be drawn, and new treaties will be signed. But tonight, Vance says goodbye to last year's secrets. Among the richer attendees are the Lady Aldonza Arez, whose old-blooded family sponsored construction of the statues and the plaza itself, and her consort, the Prince of Coronal. Coronal is a smaller city-state to the north of Vance that controls a number of radium mines. The affair between Lady Aldonza and the Prince has potentially far-reaching consequences for the balance of power among the Red Cities. But like so many others in the plaza, Lady and Prince play the part of young lovers tonight, intoxicated by the freedom afforded them in the last hours of the old year. What would you guys like to do? As the crowd kind of press around you, and you can hear the gondoliers singing, and people, you see some Zaius arguing philosophical arguments. There's some rich people kind of, off to one side. Skills of contest of skill, sorry.
Are they
Such as tightrope walking.
Are they regular gondolas, or are they like mecha gondolas?
They're like regular gondolas.
How quaint.
It's sort of like a post-technological society, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. Imagine this in Venice in the night of like masquerade.
Feels like very Renaissance era type tech.
Yeah, I would say Renaissance era where they still have these like what do they call them, flint pistol or
Flint
pistol lasers. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think they're one-shot pistol lasers. So
Imagine.
techno Renaissance.
Yeah. Imagine humans settled Mars thousands of years ago and then fell into the Middle Ages and then back up to a Renaissance. Yeah. Essentially. Sort of.
Kasim, you're a thief, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we should totally set up our con where I tell a grand story and distract a crowd of people while you go around picking their pockets, right?
that would be very nice.
I do have that talent.
I'm an entertainer. I have to spread the deep stories that move my people. Of course,
I didn't want to just pickpocket somebody at random. I was waiting to observe. I was waiting to observe what was going to happen at this party. Right now, I'm just watching to see what's going on. Clearly, a lot of people have been gathered into this normally very unsafe place, and I just want to be able to be in a vantage point where I can see whatever it is that's about to happen. As I wring my beard,
Well, I think the best place for that would be
I twirl my beard.
a lot of people are crawling up onto the statues where there's some rope kind of tied over for tight ropes. Do you want to like crawl up to the top of the statue and watch above?
No, I want to be in an innocuously placed in like the crowd, but just from a good vantage point.
Gee. Darla, are you telling your story?
Actually, I think I'm going to stride among the crowd. I'm going to. You said we're wearing masks and stuff.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to exert my force talent, dress to impress.
Nah, I was going to use the same thing.
What does it do?
You determine exactly the right clothing to impress a given audience.
Yep.
So I'm going to say I'm wearing like a massive white lioness costume with like a huge lion head that comes down over my face. And I'm mingling among the crowd, trying to work my way up to, any nobles or the most important people I can spot, and knock elbows with them.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase I'm looking for.
Sure.
Rubble?
Rub elbows with them.
Hobnob with the upper class. They're more pliable with all the wine flowing. Even these high aristocrats are likely to talk to you. Less if they, especially if they're well compensated.
I'm good company.
I'm sort of just I'm staying more in my I don't know, social circle and kind of like speaking to merchants and stuff, and I've been to and from Vance quite a bit, so I like coming back into town is like seeing a bunch of old friends, so I'm just kind of like shooting shit with a bunch of people I haven't seen in a bit.
Sure, there's some vendor stalls that are arranged. Even masked, you can still tell the big fat, ill witch who has been there for many seasons, ordering a table of vegetables, other produce from the outer canal.
And I've chosen a mask that looks surprisingly like my normal face.
It's all right. Sure. People can know who you are. It's fine.
She just seems more honest that way.
Yeah.
You don't have any past that you're ashamed of to forget. Why even wearing it at the Moon Festival?
Yeah. I'm also going to exert force for a dress to impress. So I look like not just a cavalier, but the archetypal cavalier. A big hat has several plumes in it, a flowing cape, sporty pauldron, that kind of thing, and a mask that makes me look like one of the first Martians. I'm gonna fly up on my eagle around the kids with the gliders and do tricks, that kind of thing. Get them excited about Cavaliers. Yeah.
You're like a recruiting officer?
So I don't know. It's just being a Cavalier is awesome, and they should consider it. And I'm going to go and look awesome until they start considering it.
Okay, one of the... Kareem?
Kasim?
Kasim, sorry. Kasim, who are wandered around the crowd inconspicuously. Are you looking for anything in particular? Some target to pilfer?
No, I'm waiting to see what happens here at the party, if it's other things besides just normal carousing and goings on.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see what's going on underneath the surface.
Sure. You can, oh, maybe we'll get to that next. Darla, you find a duke, some good repute that takes to your flattery, and immediately is enamored with your white lion get up. He says, "Lion, I haven't seen anything like this since stories of the old world that my nana used to tell me, right? I hear they're quite ferocious. Dead.
Oh, they aren't just stories. It's real history.
What?
And it's true. They tear you to pieces. That not.
Mm-hmm. Tear you to pieces. To pieces, to shreds, you say? Sounds like my kind of night. What can I do for you?
Whoa. I don't know.
For work.
We are always looking for work. I kind of try to ply him about. You said he's a duke?
Yeah.
I kind of try to ply him about what his investments or business interests might be, if there's any potential work for us in anything he does.
He creates silks. He's a textiles merchant, or a textiles duke. He owns a house of merchants. Makes all his money in that kind of thing. He's, when you start mentioning business deals and stuff like that, he starts giving you platitudes. Oh, yes, sure, see me in the morning. Well, yeah, you. Very much so. We'll do business with you.
I tell him, yes, of course, and, oh, silks. I am quite a fan of fine silks myself. Perhaps you can pick out a nice little gift for me.
He gives you his location, house merchant operator.
I thank him and kind of move on through the crowd.
Sachi, you find Ilwich, the fat produce seller. He tells you how the year's been kind of good. There was some time when the canals didn't flood.
My friend.
Hmm?
I said you're fatter than ever, my friend. Do you sell any carrots, or do you just eat them all?
I saved the carrot for my horse, but I will admit I keep some cakes for myself once I get them all sold. Oh, you look the same as always. You know those masks are to hide who you are, right?
Yeah, see, this one's got green eyes, and mine are like aquamarine.
How foolish of me to miss such subtlety. What brings you back?
Oh, it's the job, so we just unloaded a bunch of cargo here, so, we'll be here until we find work onto the next stop.
Wow. Oh, yeah, for shipments going out as always. Produce has to go. We always move that, Problem is always keeping it fresh when it gets there. Too many shipments spoiled by the dust and the suns.
You should try canning.
Then it's not fresh produce. Oh, we're getting it to them. No one wants to eat lettuce from a jar.
No one wants to eat lettuce.
That's a very good point. Very bad fellow. Ivar. You see a kite flying boy that kind of like guides his kiting close to yours. Man, it's a cool eagle. You think you can get out of the Atmo with here?
Not on an eagle, my friend. Although I could get close. Shall I show you? And I start spiraling up.
He like watches with like wide eyes. Do you come
And
back down? Every point?
turn it back into a dive. Yeah, come swirling around him.
Are you really a cavalier? You're not just dressed that way for tonight?
I am indeed.
What's your
Would you ever
eagle's?
see anyone else on so fine a creature? This is Osric, my friend.
That's wild.
Ostrich the eagle.
Osric.
How do I become a cavalier?
Takes years of practice and discipline, but it's more than worth it.
No, that seems like it takes too much. I want to get the. I think I'm just going to try to go for the moon and become a miner. My dad says that there's lots of money up there. I don't think I have time and discipline. That seems the whole move.
Well, time and discipline lead to greater riches.
I just don't.
Although being a miner is also a worthy profession. Someone needs
Then
to get the earth.
But yes, the salt of the earth. The
Yes,
salt
indeed.
of Mars.
Honest laborers.
Down below, Kasim is watching the crowds carefully. You can see the drunken, philosophical Zeus getting into large, loud arguments. And while that draws your attention for only a half second or so, it doesn't seem to be breaking out into any threats or anything like that. Just drunken ape. Your attention is drawn to some of the vendors. You watch some urchins pilfer wares while their attentions are directed elsewhere. But again, common fare. And as you kind of wander among the vendor stalls past the, near the statues area, you give a look over to the pavilion where the prince and lady are carousing as the lovers of the of the ball. When you see a small contingent of men in black cloaks embroidered with fanciful golden design, they sport black and gold mats have casually integrated themselves into the mob around the lady and the prince. And just as you kind of notice them, you kind of like begin to think to yourself, why are there men all dressed the same and that are not obviously guards? One approaches the prince just as he drains the glass and shouts, "Vance for Vance!" And they draw knives to attack him. As the lady Aldanza fumbles for her sword, they stab him several times and move to escape. You were able to watch the whole thing, and you kind of see that the crowd doesn't know what to make of it for a split second, but you're already poised to do something. What do you do?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I got that. I'm not sure of my placement in the whole.
Sure. You are either I think you're by the vendor stalls or by the statue. So the game's interesting in that it has this map system where you're able to move along things using one of your stunt dice. So you can spend speed for movement, essentially.
I see.
Players are in the vendor stalls or the statues, or Dom's case over here. Still kind of in the general area.
So, where's the action taking place relative to me then?
Pavilion's right here, and you're either in the vendor stall area or the statue. Figured
So
you were
one's
probably
far
close.
away.
Okay. I don't know. I wait to see what happens.
Sure. Well, what happens is there are general cries of murder and chaos erupt, and within seconds the plaza is on a verge of riot. People begin to stampede this way and that way, causing movement among the square to be quite difficult as the assassins try to move their way towards the canal to make their escape. Anybody who wants to initiate into combat can roll into.
Can the rest of us see who the assassins are?
Yes, now that like they've made their attack, you all kind of can see these well-dressed, similarly dressed assassins.
Okay.
Are they actually hurting anybody else, or are they just trying to flee at this point?
They are sparing no violence in making their attempt to escape.
Oh, okay.
Stabbing anybody and everybody.
Then I want to like my first kind of thought will be towards my crew members and try to locate like who's the closest to me.
My guess is that this team is probably close.
Okay, so I'll
And say that Darla is her rich compatriot.
Where am I?
sorry, is Jaeger cutting in and out for other people?
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
was.
been catching most of what I've been
Yeah,
missing an awful lot.
I can follow, but you're a little blurry.
Yeah, you've been cutting in and
A little
out, Jaeger. Your audio's been jumping. Quit that.
No, not that badly. But
Almost out.
Like every.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure it was my computer, then I could try to troubleshoot it. But
Yeah,
it's
no.
everybody. Then.
I thought it was just mine because I'm so far away from my
I can
router.
bounce out and come back.
yeah, maybe try it.
That's worth a shot.
Yeah, it would help.
I didn't want to play with you guys anyway.
Oh, I'm going home.
Do you need to re-invite him or anything?
I don't know. I think that link should still work, but I'll try and send it again.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh, there he is.
Better?
Welcome back.
First?
Yeah, that's about the same.
About the same. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
So where did you say I'm at?
You are in that.
In the statues. And where is Adon Zares?
Down here? In the pavilion?
Pavilion?
But the assassins are making their way this way towards the canal.
Oh,
You
so
guys are in
I'm
this.
going to try and to Darla first, since she's in the path of.
Oh, let's go ahead and roll. So we're in combat. Everyone has a speed of 3, so you get 3 dice with which to determine what you want to do. You can
Okay.
use red combat dice, black parry dice, or white stunt dice. Good miss.
Parry. Strike. Okay.
We get. I'm sorry, 3 of each, or
No. You get
One of each.
no. You can get 3 dice, and you can spend them on strike, parry, or stunt. Striking allows you to make an action where you're attacking someone if you're within range of their, like none of the assassins are in your range right now. They're all in the pavilion. And parry allows you to reserve a space for dodging an attack. Someone is attacking you on a similar order.
these are D20.
Your parry has to be higher than their strike, higher or equal. And then you have white stunt dice, which represent moving around the battlefield, taking action that change the situation.
Okay.
There's also scenery among the among the statues, among the canal spaces, and one of the vendor stalls. So there are objects which you can use to your advantage among the scenery. So you can, like, topple over a statue, topple over a vendor stall, or you can use one of the boats in the canals. But sure that you get to decide how you use the scenery.
Okay.
Is there any like initiative order or anything like that?
Yeah, it's the speed dice.
Oh, you roll them. Okay, so everybody
Yeah.
says what you want to do.
Yes.
So everybody will roll their speed dice,
Okay.
and then the GM counts down. So he says 10 slot. Anybody who has in the 10 slot, a die in the 10 slot in there.
Oh, but you
9
have to.
slot.
So okay, I'm sorry. This is taking me a while. So you have to say this is a movement die. This is a parry die. This is a.
This is strike die. Yeah.
A what die was the last one?
Strike, parry, and stun.
As aggressive, defensive, and movement, basically.
Okay.
Strike parry.
Stunts are movements or creating advantages or disadvantages.
Okay.
Okay, I understand.
And they're trying to get to the canals.
Yes, trying to go through the statue area to get to the dock. Finish up.
Can I see the map once more? I'm sorry. And it takes one die to move on any of those lines?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I know what I want to do.
Okay, and I'm going to say 2 footwork and 1 parry.
That was what I was going with as well.
Are they all D10s?
Yes. Okay, so
I'm going to do one of each.
well, you have to get within range too. You're flying, I would say, maybe at least 2 movements. Wait.
2 movement. Alrighty. I'm going to do 2 movement, then
Let's see what statue you
and a
got.
strike.
I'm in that one.
This one?
Great.
Yeah.
So the problem is, if you use a strike and 2 movement, and the strike comes first, then you're shit out of luck.
Right. I can see that happen.
Which is what just happened to me.
Looks like you're shit out of luck. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so 10.
The strike can't be used in the later slot.
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well,
Could strike the kid on the kite.
no, let's not do that.
Knock
I
him.
should have taken. I should have taken throw.
Clearing.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
No, just my sword.
Gotcha.
I should have taken throw, but I didn't think about it.
You could throw the kid on the kite.
Alright, so one of the assassins has a strike, and it shanks the closest person that's in their way as they kind of create a small, consortium of bodies that are going to slow down anyone that's chasing them. 9.
I have a foot 9, so you can do like actions as well as movement with
Right.
footwork.
Right, you can create advantages, so you can like drop a chandelier on your enemy, or, create movement.
And it looks like all of them are dashing towards the canal.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll use my footwork die then to move closer to the canals, so I can and try to identify like if there's a boat or something that they're going towards.
Move to the dock.
So I'm over by the docks now.
Mhm.
And there, can I see anyone in waiting or anything like that?
No, does not look like there's anybody waiting. No one's that's like dressed in similar garb or has a boat chilling there. There are a lot of boats in the water though, as normal for dock area and a Venetian type.
Okay, are any of them manned?
Yeah, many of them then. Many are just kind of going up and down the canal, filled with boat traffic.
Got it.
Gondolas, merchant boats, and pleasure barges. Another assassin strikes down somebody as they make their way through the pavilion. 8?
I have a parry in 8, but if I'm not close to anybody, I might just lose it.
I think it can be used.
There's special rules for parry, I think.
Yeah, parry can be used and saved for later.
Okay.
As long as your parry is higher or equal to.
Okay. Oh, I had a 9. I thought it was a 6.
What was this? That's your parry?
That was a move. No, sorry, I just can't read apparently.
Where do you want to move to?
I was towards the statues, from the vendor stalls to the statues.
North statue or south?
North.
Okay. Those are all the 9 spots? 8.
Yeah.
Another person, sorry. One of the assassins makes their way over to the statue. They're going to go towards the southwest.
Okay.
Um,
And
Go
I
ahead.
went in 8. So, and you can't hold movement, I take it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's see. I will pick one of. Is there like a smaller boat down there that's docked? Like a little.
There's some scenery you can interact with. Scenery.
Okay. I want to try to find a smaller boat, like a little canalman or something, and see if I can commandeer their boat.
So you find a guy who's like chilling on his boat. He's got a nice little boat. What do you? I'm gonna go with the dice rolling mechanic. So how are you gonna try to convince him?
I will say use. So I pick a motivation and a method. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, so I'll pick. For honor with cunning, and say, quickly, I need this boat. I'm a lieutenant of one of the guards. I'm a lieutenant of the guardsmen.
All right.
They're assassinating this way. We need to push back right now.
Go ahead and roll.
So I do. Can you give me a D6 and a D8?
And if you have any traits that can draw
Anyway,
traits that you can draw on, so like you have a relationship with the boat, you go like, hey, Steve, give me your boat.
okay. I don't think I have any of those. I am dressed to impress, so
You look impressive.
I might cut quite the figure while demanding of him. This of him.
I'll give you a decent.
So does that upgrade one of my dice, or does it remain?
No, you just roll a third die.
Okay, cool. And then I pick the two highest.
Right.
Oh god. So I have a 2 and a 4, 6 total.
6 total. You got a 9. He looks at you like, you're not dressed as any town guard I ever seen. Get the fuck off my boat.
Well, of course I'm not.
He's not hearing any of your shit. Get out of my boat, lion lady.
Okay, so I fail for my action.
So, but now John gets a misfortune, right?
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Actually, I win, so you narrate what happened.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Okay. I'll go with what you said.
And
We get into a little shouting match at the Moon Festival, and of course I'm drunk.
right. Earn a D4 misfortune you can add to other rolls in the future. And I can add it to a player's pool for a basic action of non-player character's combat roll. I don't know how that works. Anyways, what number were we on? Was that 8?
That was 8.
7.
No,
Yeah, that was it.
okay.
Another assassin moves to the statue. We'll go to the other statue area. 2 statues. Any other 7s? 6.
My strike die is a 6, but I'm not near anyone.
Gotcha. Another assassin moves to the same area the last one did. No, he'll move to the vendor stall area.
How are the assassins finding their targets if everyone's wearing a mask?
They've already struck their target.
I know, but how were they selecting their targets if everybody was wearing a mask?
Well, we knew who the Lord and the Lady were.
Yeah, they're killing
Right.
instantly as they run for the exit now.
Oh, the other people that they're striking down, they're not really targeting them so much as just bulldozing.
Causing general, yeah, causing mayhem.
I was confused because I was like, it seems like their onslaught's continuing, but it's like, did they have all of these people pre-selected for death ahead of time?
No,
They're big.
they're just dicks.
All right, then to 5.
Movement die, footwork.
Also have movement die, and they'll join the.
Is there anything footwork die do besides movement?
Yeah.
Like
You can use them to do stunts and stuff.
to do what?
Stunts?
Stunts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you can run across tight ropes around the statue.
Oh, I see.
Knock a statue over. You can.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Well.
you have your bird trap on one of their faces. To give you guys.
Well, I've got 2 movement I need to get to be able to be in the area of the assassins, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to exert my Cavalier career because I've got Mounted Combatant, which gives me an additional point of speed for this turn. So I can move 2.
No, it means you should have rolled the 4th die.
Oh. I see.
But
Well,
you can
never
roll one and give me a retroactive action.
No, that's all right. I'll remember that for later.
Okay.
I'll just move 1 closer to the assassins.
Sure.
Swoop in on the eagle.
The assassin that's in the vendor stall also acts on the 5 with strike. Choosing indiscriminately, the only PC left in the vendor stalls is incidentally who he picked.
Wait, could I have gotten to him in 1 turn?
No.
Damn it.
You're high above the skies, so you're
right. Okay.
Now, seeing one of the assassins runs past you and strikes with his knife. You have a parry that's of 5 or higher.
No, I didn't assign a parry die.
You take 1 damage.
One
Your
strain.
strain at 1. But you are right up and close. At, 4.
Sit 4?
4.
I have a movement die.
Okay. You're in the.
I'm gonna keep moving. Like they're moving towards the canal, so I'm gonna keep moving with them towards Darla.
Is on the dock. You are now in the upper right-hand corner, left-hand corner, statue area. Anyone else with a 4? 3, 2, 1.
1. That's me. I got another movement.
Where were you at?
Huh?
What did you roll?
Oh, I got a 10 on my speed die and a 9 on my strike die.
Oh,
Oh, you should have gone way back at the beginning.
yeah. Why didn't you act when I said 10?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to use the bathroom and I was talking to Melissa. I was briefly distracted.
Shit.
That was not your bad. That was my bad.
Gotcha. I just got that all the way to 1, and you haven't acted at all. So.
No, I realized what had happened once I got back and everything like that, and I was like, oh well, I'm fine as long as these assassins don't run into me. And then one ran up and stabbed me. I was like, oh well, shit.
Kasim decides it's a fine time to go pee behind a stall, and he comes out. No,
Yeah.
Everything's
all my plans were contingent on, oh, I'm just a face in a crowd, a dude in a mask. There's no reason at all for one of these assholes to fix on me. Oh my god! Why would you stab me? Why?
Because it's more cinematic that he finds a PC. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he randomly stumbled across me. He's just on a stabbing spree. Like, oh, I thought wrong.
Yep.
Oh well. I'm
The
gonna.
last acid, yeah, just strikes a random person. And John, you get close.
Yep. Close into melee range with the head of the assassins is.
Let me just do some faster racing. All right. Okay. We go back to the top of the order. So everyone has their dice they're going to roll. John, you have a speed of 4 now. Are you drawing on that trait?
Yes, I'm going to exert and have a speed of 4.
You have 4 dice.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Everyone else?
Well, not
Oh, what's
bad.
that?
I have a 10 on the footwork.
Everyone's rolled, I guess, more what I'm asking.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, 10.
I have a 10 on a footwork. And I look at this poor boatman and flip on him and try to draw on his fears and say, "This night has been foretold. My brethren, come! Flee!" While, puffing myself up as much as I can into an enormous lion.
All right, he'll roll against you again. He's a little perturbed. He's I'll go ahead and add the disadvantage die to his roll, or the misfortune die. He's already seen you once. He now thinks you're just a drunk crazy.
Okay.
In line.
I am. So
Oh,
force self with. I can't call that grace, can I?
whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna
You
call
could
it
call it
grace.
force.
I don't want to call it.
Oh,
Force.
okay. I think you said you couldn't call it force.
5 and 7, so 12.
5 and 6. So.
Oh.
And does Jesse subtract something?
So I rolled a 4 on the misfortune die. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. So I think that.
It says if the misfortune die matches the other die in the basic action pool, so did you roll any 4s?
Oh, that's right. So no, but misfortune befalls me.
What happened? Say it again.
If the misfortune die matches one of the other die.
Oh, okay.
Defeated fate only temporarily, and I retrieve the misfortune die to use it later.
Yeah. Okay.
So you convince him to give him your boat.
I intimidate.
Yeah, you intimidate him. You want to narrate. He like flips out. He like just starts jumping out of his boat as fast as he can. He starts swimming for other boats. Help! This tree's crazy!
Your throat. We know you. The lioness smells her prey.
That's what he gets for wearing a mask. All right. So on the 10 spot, one of the assassins moves up into an area right by Sachi, the statued areas.
Okay.
9.
Yep. I have a strike die at 9.
Okay. And what area are you over, John?
I am over the main body of the assassins that are trying to get away, I think.
There's assassin here, assassin here, and one just moved over here.
So the assassins are all spreading out to different areas, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay. Let's see, is there one threatening civilians somewhere? Because I'll go towards, say...
One threatening civilians in the bottom, there's these 2 bottom areas. The assassins have no targets that are you guys, so they will strike civilians this turn.
Right. I'll be going towards the closest one of those then.
Okay. Which one? Left or right?
Left.
Left to this.
Okay. And I will be striking at him, swooping down and striking at him with my sword.
Go ahead and... What do you have to roll? Roll a strike.
I don't think I do roll a strike, do I? Isn't it just like my strike is 9?
Oh, your strike is 9? Oh, is that right? Let me hold on.
I think so. For a strike die, select a target within your range. Compare your strike die to the target's highest parry die.
Right.
If my strike die is greater than his parry die, the hit lands, and the parry die is unaffected.
Yeah. Strike lands. Compare the roll value of the strike with the minion group strike. Okay. So your strike is higher than the strike threshold. Okay. And the assassin, you can see as your strike comes down, he's going to use an action point.
Okay.
And he's going to use spring back. As your Osric comes crying and screeching in, it gives him just the moment of prescience needed to dodge out of the way of a strike that would have eliminated him.
Ah, curses.
And he kind of turns to you and he's like, "Ah!" And I have a third strike. So I have 2 9s. He in turn, after you kind of like come at him with his eagle, he's going to take one of the statues and try to like push it down on you and the eagle.
Okay.
Creating an advantage for them. And then I have another 9 by the one by Kasim, and he will try to strike you. Do you have a parry die?
No, I didn't. I didn't roll a parry die.
Okay. Another damage to you. So you're at 2 strain.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8.
What? I still have a movement that's 9.
Oh, 9? Okay. Where do you want to move?
I can get to the docks this turn.
Yes.
Are they actually moving towards the docks? It seems like they're just stabbing people.
They are moving. One of them's in a square with you right now as he moves towards the docks.
Do
your thing. Don't worry about me.
I'm not worried about you. They're not actually trying to escape at the docks. Then you're just on a boat.
Yeah.
On a boat.
I'm really excited about, but less so now. I guess. I mean, are there any rules for like tripping somebody?
Yeah.
There's a talent that does that.
Oh, you have to have a talent though.
No. There's a combat maneuver called sweep attack. It takes a strike, and you have to jerk or something like that.
Okay, but it has to be something you know. So if I don't know it.
No, everybody knows it. Everyone can use it.
Oh, okay.
But it has to be a strike, not a stun.
Oh, okay. I only have a movement, so I'll just keep going to the boat.
Yeah, sweep attack is a strike action. Shove is a stunt action. Do you want to shove?
No, that seems very juvenile. I want to get on a boat.
You move to the docks.
Sorry, I just don't really know what our game plan is here. Are we trying to kill them?
I was just gonna try and kill all of them before they killed anybody else. Yeah, that's
Sure.
what I'm doing.
Okay.
Not sure about anybody else.
Was that 8?
One of them is just fixated on me, so I'm just my focus is not getting stabbed anymore.
You got to focus. 7?
It's a good goal to have.
I have 7.
7. I have a strike and 7.
Okay. I have assassin with a strike on 7, but he's going to kill a random person.
Damn
He kills one of the philosophical Zeuses by the statues down. He's off by himself.
Killing random people.
Thank God, that old windbag wouldn't shut up all night.
Kasim.
Yeah, I stabbed the guy that just stabbed me. It's like, I don't know you, buddy. I do not have anything against you, but I did not have anything against you until just a second ago.
You have a 7, and your blade. What kind of blade are you using?
It's just a sword.
Yeah. How do you kill him?
I run him through.
Hey, you run him through, and you watch the life kind of drain from his eyes, and it kind of slides off your blade as he kind of falls dead to your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of falls dead.
Kind of falls dead.
Kind of falls dead.
Only mostly dead.
Yeah, I kick him off with my boot.
There you go. Withdraw your sword.
Ugh.
3 assassins remain. Anybody else on 7?
I have a movement 7. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly I'm allowed to do. Maneuvering. Okay. So I'm now at the docks. Can I kind of, is there anything in the scenery that I can kind of like shove over to create like an obstacle that would like slow them down so they can't escape?
There is some scenery.
Or is it like, there's what? Sorry.
Yeah, there is some scenery at the dock, so you can interact with scenery there. Not sure if I'm supposed to give you a die for that or not.
I think it's like a D4 or something that you interact with. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So like, is there?
Could be a bunch of crates being loaded on the boats. Like that.
Yeah, push them.
Push them to do what?
Say
What are you
that?
trying to push them to do what? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to create an obstacle to like slow them down so they won't be able to escape through the dock.
Sure.
Quick.
We'll say that you use the scenery to create a situation where they have to use 2 movement to leave the dock area to get.
Sure.
Boom. Great. That was 7.
That was 7.
6. 5.
5. I have I have a movement and a parry on 5.
Okay.
Movement. I'm going to. What was I looking at?
There's
Oh, that's not gonna work.
There's an assassin that's still by you and another one that ran north.
Right. If I pushed a statue.
Right, and you have a statue pushed on you.
Oh, I have a statue pushed on me.
Use
Can I shift it so that it's obstructing him instead somehow? I'm not sure how far I can go.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Yeah, so one of them is you are going to use your stun to push it back onto him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. You use your telepathy.
Yeah. That's yeah, hold on. Where's the flavor text for that?
Telekinesis.
Yeah, my telekinesis to lift up. Well, it's only up to my own body weight, but I can use it to help me. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
It's make crackle in the air and nobody obstructs a cavalier as I throw it back to the guy. Yeah.
He suffers or you suffer, or you. What does it do? Yeah, so it gives you or an ally a +2 bonus to 1 strike or parry die. So you push the statue onto him.
Okay.
And
it gives me a plus what bonus?
+2 to either strike or parry.
Okay. I will add it to my next strike die then.
Okay. That was 6?
That was 5.
That was 5? 4.
Yep. My strike die was 2. If it goes up to 4, does it still go on the 2 spot? Or does it go on the 4 spot?
I think it would go on the 4 spot then.
Okay. Well, but no, theoretically you could add one so that it's higher than whatever's ticking down. So maybe it does still go on the 2.
The bonus must be used before the end of the round.
Right.
So I think, yeah.
It would go on the 2, but the dice would count as a 4.
Right.
That, yeah, it seems like that makes sense.
Well, this guy in front of you has a 4.
Okay.
But he will. You can use it on a parry too, if that. As well, you probably already have a parry.
Yeah, I have a parry of 5 right now. It's my
But
own
he
parry.
uses his forward against you.
Okay. I parry him.
You parry him.
Yes.
Cool. Whatever. Here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There's a brief clash of steel, and he can't touch me.
Not very good assassin, are you? 2. Sorry, 3. 2.
2. I get another strike. I strike at him. Strike is a 4. Not getting away from me again, damn it. I think if he doesn't have a parry left, I'll just hit him, right?
Yeah. So you end up slaying him as he is crushed underneath the statue. You come up to him and he just kind of looks at you with a moment of mercy. Mercy.
Thus to all assassins. Except for you're okay. You're cool. You're alright. You're good.
No one ever trusts me. Just give me the benefit of the doubt. Never having you read over my CV again.
one of the assassins.
Oh, sorry, you're not mad at least, so you're fine.
So now the only 2 assassins that remain are in the northern 2 statue areas. And
I didn't catch any of that. Yeah.
so the 2 remaining assassins are right here.
Okay.
Okay. I have a footwork die in the 2 slot. So can I do a quick astrological divination?
Look up there. It's the Pleiades. The Pleiades says you die.
To ask a question? I mean, it says it's a basic action.
Basic action, yes. So,
It doesn't really provide a time frame for that.
sure. Basic action away. I don't.
Okay, as a basic action, then I pull out a little satchel, a little pouch of iron filings, and dig in a handful and cast them up into the wind. And I ask the gods, which ship will they use to escape?
Yes.
No. It says that you can ask questions that don't necessarily have a yes or no answer.
That's not what I said. With horoscope in hand, a character can take a basic action to observe the night sky and make a prediction about a subject's future. You may ask one yes or no question and receive a true answer.
And then below that, using instruments in a horoscope, you can perform a ritual to take a basic action.
So I would say a ritual is not a bit. Wait.
What's that? So,
Okay. So animate difficulty based on information.
if it doesn't apply in this situation, that's
So,
okay.
Let's say it's a T8 divination because of all the chaos. They're not quite sure where they're going to step. Not like you will make friends today,
Okay.
and then you have to roll as well.
Yeah, do you know how I tell what
Signs.
I roll?
The signs point to yes.
I'm guessing it's once again the method. Basic actions are resolved by rolling motivation method, then add 1 die for any origin, career, or relationship that would help. So your astrologer career would help.
Okay, so I do astrology plus 4 self. Can you give me a DA? Plus with grace? Astrology for self with grace?
Sure.
Alright.
I'll throw the misfortune dice in here.
And you throw the misfortune die at me?
I'm doing it. I
I
guess.
get a 7 and 9, so I get a 16 total.
Did you roll any 2s?
I rolled 3, 9, 7.
They got an 11.
Okay.
So you kind of look and you see a pathway of boats begin to eliminate possibilities as you kind of look at them and look at them. And you kind of find the path of boats they'll take along the canal.
Oh, so they're like
Lined up.
lined up, so they'll hop from boat to boat?
Correct.
Oh.
Hmm.
Is there one of those that's the first in the path on the docks that's near me?
Yes.
Okay. I point it out to Sati and say, Sati, the winds have told me that is the one.
Those winds.
These are the collaborators.
Any other 2s? 1.
I have movement, a footwork at 1.
Okay. Go ahead and move.
Can I just move in the opposite direction of where all the assassins are heading? As I as I staunch my wounds.
Sure, you can move to the pavilion.
Yeah. We're amongst the injured.
Yeah, you can see the prince who's unconscious there and possibly dying.
Oh.
Well, maybe we should have tried to save him rather than running around.
I mean, I'm not good at the whole patching people up biz.
So that was the last one spot. Tori, I forgot to do this last time since you're the only one that took damage, but you need to roll resolve. So choose what's motivating you in this fight.
Self.
Roll your self die, and it has to be higher than 2.
9.
Okay, so you're still in the fight. All right. Now, next round. This team is down in the pavilion. We have assassins here and here. Avar is here, and Darla and Satya are here.
All right.
Roll dice.
Did not do amazingly.
They did.
Good.
Good.
Aha.
What die do I roll if I want to perform first aid on the dead and dying?
I'd rather be footwork because that's.
Die.
I think
Probably would be.
footwork is like better.
We'll see.
Or parry. Parry death.
Right.
No, probably footwork.
All right, 10. One of the assassins kills another person. 9. There are bodies littering the statues as another assassin strikes out and kills someone who gets too close.
Not happy.
This time it's the Duke, who is cowering behind a statue.
Dun dun.
You killed the Duke?
He killed the Duke.
Oh. He was going to give me nice presents.
Hey,
8. I got a movement on 8. Let me see. Combo footwork. No, that doesn't. No. No. Alright, I'm just going to move 1 north. That'll put me in range of another assassin who's threatening civilians, right?
yeah, he just killed.
I'm going to give a quick... well, hey, I saved one that was in this square anyway, so I'm going to give him a quick flourishing salute and then head north to the next square. I saved somebody today, damn it, even if they don't have a name.
Yeah.
I'm a knight.
You see, it's the boy that with the kite from earlier. He's landed next to you, and he's like, "Thank you. I'll always remember this. I'll never be a cavalier."
I'm still going to be a minor, but this is cool.
7.
Yes, I have a strike on 7.
Yeah, you're by the assassin.
Yeah, I strike the assassin.
Assassin dead. How do you kill the assassin?
The
How do
only
you
good
kill?
assassin to the assassin. What's that?
How do you assassinate?
Oh, that's right. Yes. I come swooping in on my eagle and sword out to one side as I'm swooping in. I don't even stop. I go right past him and taking his head off as I go past.
Did you guys do that in unison?
Oh, you did it.
John and I are.
Did you see Birdman?
Yeah.
Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance?
No,
Yeah.
what's that?
Monologue where Birdman's talking to him in his mind, and when the next time you screech, it'll be into 1,000 eardrums.
Yeah, that's a good movie, John.
Anyway, definitely check out Birdman. It's a weird one. I quite enjoyed it.
You thought it was weird? I thought it was great. I don't know.
Oh, it fucked with my head, dude. I had no idea. Every single scene had me what the fucking so hard. I fought back the urge to just sit down and watch it a second time because I was like, oh, well, everything that I thought was happening in that movie, the opposite happened the entire time. It was a trip.
John, I think you'd especially like it because it's a lot about theater. Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so the show must go on. That's
I'll
all.
have to check it out.
It's about the kind of like courage that it takes to make art.
There's a really good,
And the madness that it takes to make art.
there's a really good scene where they do the tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh yeah, from
Macbeth,
Macbeth. Yeah.
Scottish play. All right, that was 7.
I have a 6.
No, 2.
Is there one more assassin still?
He's 2 spaces away from
That's okay, I think. I am going to use my pilot's gravitas and in command and give orders to the people around me and tell them to grab, like, dogpile him. I'm like, he can't kill you all if you dogpile him, so do that.
a lot of people start to see, kind of hear you, and they're like, yeah, there's only one left. They all start trying to grab him. A lot of them get stabbed, though. You know, some stabby happens.
He probably would have gotten stabbed anyway, guys. So it's still deleted.
Acceptable stabbing.
That was 6, 5,
Nope.
4.
I have a parry
Stab.
on 4.
Huh?
I have a parry on 4.
Yeah. He stabs one of the people that try to dogpile him, but eventually he gets taken over.
The boats that are lined up, do they have like people on them?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the last assassin. We dogpiled
They're
him.
collaborators.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's people on them.
Like large? Are they small boats or big boats?
Doesn't matter. Like you're saying, like the boats that you see in line from your vision. They're just random like pleasure barges and merchant ships and
Oh, okay.
gondolas.
So like free run down the
Right,
line.
exactly. They were gonna parkour.
Okay, got it.
Most extreme of assassins.
I'm just gonna hang back then and let these guys clean up. They've got it well in hand.
As you watch the line of ships kind of coalesce for a moment in the good pattern, and then they all kind of keep going, and the pattern goes away. The fourth one, dog pile.
We've changed it.
We've changed the future.
Well, I mean, it's the present now. Because we've seen it, but you wouldn't understand.
I don't know. I don't want to understand. You filthy heathen.
3.
Is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had 2 footworks at 4.
Yeah, okay.
2 fours.
I was just like, either you have a 3, 2, 1, or something else happened.
Sorry, no. I had my one parry is at 3, and my 2 footworks are at 4.
All right, so you have some actions.
I want to use my footwork to try and save any of the stabbed, bleeding out people that weren't just killed in a single stroke.
You're saying something and I can't hear it, Jaeger.
I didn't hear that, yeah.
I made noises.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as you can see like Lady Aldanza is there, and she's kind of like pulling together her personal guard, and she's marching them towards the statues, towards the last assassin, as you kind of tend to some of the people that were stabbed right away.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll again.
What are we rolling?
Corey.
Oh.
What am I supposed to roll, though? I don't understand.
You pick a motivation and a method, you add any traits that are available.
I guess this would be for grace. I don't know. How wide is grace meant to like physical agility, or is it like
Sounds like
just your
whisper.
overall?
It's more like
Huh?
technique. Force, grace, and cunning are more like techniques you would use, I guess.
Yeah.
Whether you bludgeon through situations, you try to finesse situations, or subvert situations.
But I mean,
I
if
guess-
you're rolling,
Yeah.
if you're rolling resolve, that just has to be method, right?
Oh, I have to roll resolve first.
He has a motivation and a method.
No, he's rolling to heal.
He's willing to heal people, right?
Oh, I'm
More
sorry.
motivation.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
For love with grace, for honor with cunning, for self with force.
oh, you roll both. Both.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So it might be for love with.
Grace or something, yeah. For self with force. You rip off your shirt and start bandaging people furiously while muttering, "My subjects! They need to live! They need blood in them to live!" No.
What are you picking?
For honor, I guess. D8.
With what?
For honor. And then with what method?
Yeah, with
With grace or cunning?
it would be cunning, wouldn't it?
I mean,
Depending on how you go about it, it could be either.
Okay, I got a 6. It's the highest, right?
no. You're adding 2 dice. Do you have any traits that also go into it? Your
Oh, I
relationship?
didn't catch any of
Do you
that.
have any traits that would also apply?
Oh, right. No relevant traits that also factor in.
All right, so I rolled 2d6, a low difficulty, and I added my misfortune die, so I can finally maybe. You said you got what?
So
Oh,
I
you
got
roll,
a 3 and a 6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
3 and a 6. You got a 9 versus 8. My 2 misfortune die didn't activate. So you save someone. You bandage them up, and you kind of like, you can see they're bleeding from the neck, and you're able to kind of apply some pressure, throw around a bandage on their neck, and you're able to kind of save them from bleeding out. Their shallow breath. Say, thank you. You have a second action on board?
Yeah, I used 2 footwork actions. Can I try to save somebody else?
Sure. Same roll.
Same roll.
Unless you're changing up how you're doing it.
Mm-mm.
All
I
right,
rolled
let's get-
6. I rolled a 6 and a 3 again.
I also rolled. Sure, we'll say you save a second.
nice.
Two civilians are saved.
Like a true cavalier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what? That was 3.
Oh.
That was.
And then I have a parry die at 3. That's all I have for this turn.
2.
I have a 2. So you said that the what's her face? The
Adanza.
Duchess? Yeah.
Lady Aldon's.
She's moving towards the assassin.
Mhm.
I'm gonna kind of move towards the assassin as well, while sort of shamelessly plugging our role in it, and be like, My lady, I'm so glad that the crew of the Infidel could be of service to you. At cheap rates, I might add. Very affordable.
Now that the fourth assassin is 1, is there anybody on 1?
Nope.
Yeah, I have a 1 at work, and I'll just kind of, now that the danger is past, skip my way up towards the action and the approaching Lady Aldanza.
Sure. She has her personal guard come and collect and begin to interrogate the assassin. She's furious as she kind of starts barking orders at her men. And it's indiscreet enough to do this in public as people watch as they begin to, like, put the boots to a medium style. Where are you from? Who are you?
Medium style.
Yeah, I guess it's not medium style. They're kind of giving it to him hard style, right?
Yeah.
Australian, like, dance music, hard style starts playing.
Call Australian medium.
He begins to, you guys get close enough that you can hear, she kind of hears you kind of like talking, the crew of the Infidel, kind of blah, 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 and she just kind of looks over at you and says, thank you for your loyalty to the city.
She seems nice.
Wherever there are those in danger.
And certainly there's
Who can pay for our services.
Well, there's that too.
some kind of reward for...
Do you guys try to intercede on the interrogation or
Gonna listen in, definitely.
listen in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also kind of just eye the subject of the interrogation for any details, insignia that stands out, any hints that might give away his affiliation or anything like that. And I also, as in the background, they're gang beating this poor sap. I walk up to Lady Aldanza and say, "I'd just like to introduce myself. I'm Darla, and this is my lovely crew who brought a stop to this horrendous act. And I'd like to offer you my services as a master astrologer. Perhaps there's some further information I could help you glean from this." I kind of motion my poor sap that your guards are so clumsily beating to death.
He looks at you and says, while I have no work for you, I can say that should a traitor be discovered in this city that has plotted an attempt against my friend, they would be well rewarded for their services and loyalty to Van.
Well, I'm a loyal Vancian citizen, and you're speaking my language, my lady.
As she says this, and you kind of respond, you can hear the Ivar. You can hear the interrogated prisoner start talking. From Dredge.
Dredge. What's Dredge?
Well,
Did you say Dredge?
yeah, Dredge.
Dredge.
The Dredge is one of the Vance's more dangerous districts, where boats flow sluggishly through muddy waters, and gondoliers sing lower, more ominous songs.
I'm going to use my psychometry on the guy. If the interrogating guards don't mind me getting close.
They kind of look to you, and they're about to like strike you. They see the hat of the Cavalier, and they're like,
Please allow me.
they kind of pause, kind of stand aside for a second. The Lady Aldanza, do you make some reference, Darla?
What's that?
Darla, do you make any reference to him being with you?
To the...
To
Sorry.
him being with you.
To me being with you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Sure. You kind of like hold your hands up to the guards, and they kind of pull back a second.
I lay one hand on the shoulder of the captured assassin, and I say, show me. And I'm going to actually exert my psychometry, my adept career, to relive. What is it? You can exert to touch a person and take a basic action to relive a memory from their past. This can reveal specifics such as the name and description of our lover or the name of her hometown. So I want to try and relive the memory of the assassin's hiring and preparation for this. Hiring, because hiring and preparation would be too much. But yes.
I lean in close to Lady Aldanza and whisper in her ear, "It is very auspicious that we were here for this moment. My friend Vladimir is a master. Just watch him work."
Thank you, darling.
He's like, also a member of the crew of the Infidel, available for hire.
Don't be crass. We're
Just
just
a
here
marketing opportunity
to offer our
to people.
services.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
Oh
offering.
no. Jaeger, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Give me a second.
No, you're fine.
Sorting through lots of info. You see, him enter a fortune teller's spot in the bridge, place known as the Winking
The winking rat?
Lapis.
The winking lapis.
Lapis lazuli.
Right.
You can see that it is a place of a brothel as well as a fortune teller shop. So it's a place of death and sex. Catharsis takes place. As the man kind of walks in, he tucks into a back room there. You can see some other man sitting cloaked in shadow, wearing blue garments, and kind of throws a bag of money on the table. He says, "That's enough for your services. Your woman will be well taken care of if you don't return."
So they were being blackmailed into this.
No, you're getting the idea that
No, then never mind. That's not blackmail. Yeah.
they're kind of just solidifying the assets. You're
Right.
making sure that.
Right. I can't
you
tell
hear-
any.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
hear
really see
something.
the guy's. I can't really see the guy's face or anything like that.
You see that he's dressed in rich blue garments,
Right.
and
Man in blue.
you can see that there is a. He says, "Ilium thanks you for your services. Now leave." And you see the guy get up and walks away, and he watches. First person he kind of sees is the worker there, smiles at him, kind of smiles at her, and says, "Don't worry, man. Everything's going to be all right."
I come back out of the vision and nod towards the other three. They are from the dredge, a place called the Winking Lapis. We're looking for a man in rich blue, a man of Ilium.
"Ilium!" You hear Lady Aldonza kind of like protest. "Those bastards. I'll have their heads for this."
Or a man who's said to be from Ilium. We'll have to find him and ask him ourselves.
Lady Aldonza, do you some sort of history with the people of Ilium?
Visiting dignitaries always come from Zodiac and Ilium. Ilium seems to be A richer town. High on the random plateau, city of learning and war. They also have water in Ilium. Big pumps.
Have you had any major dealings with them lately?
We've been talking with them about protection with their Sky Navy. We don't have much of that ourselves. Princess Invisible rules there with her council of judges. Word of the princess is law. And if she has dealings here, then it's not going to be long before she has designs upon our town of Vance and on our water supply.
So you think it's just a power play?
I would not be surprised. Though
it's probably more likely that it is a provocateur from within your own ranks that is spoiling to create war between your two city-states.
I thought you were still attending to the. I was going to wait to get back to you. You can see the prince. You want to attend to the prince still? Kasim? While this is going on? Or are you going to be kind of with them?
I'll hang out with the wounded.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell she's when the word Ilium come up, she becomes incredibly angry and tells you about the Princess Invisible, goddess queen that an upstart starts going off, and then she kind of regains her composure and says to her guards, "Come, take this man. We go now." They all kind of marched off. Meanwhile, you were with the prince, Tori, who's been stabbed, and you can tell his wounds have a small purplish hue to them. Veins begin to rise to the surface. His breathing is shallow, unconscious.
Tori, you're muted for some reason.
Yeah, I was conversating.
Oh.
No, I was listening. Would this be for love? For love with grace?
No, something else is going on here. Maybe something you're not able. You can bind up his wounds, but you realize there's something odd about them.
He's been poisoned?
Mm-hmm. Something odd.
I just want to remind people that they can use drama points. I feel like that hasn't come up yet.
Yeah, no.
But one of the uses that you could have is, Tori, if you think there's some reason in your backstory where you would have seen whatever this poison is before, like you can say that you know this piece of obscure lore. So I just want to throw that out there. No one's using it yet.
Right, everyone has 3 drama points right now. John, I'll say you have 4th for the eagle screaming head chop.
Nice.
Let me drop it. His ass.
I can't hear you, Jaeger.
I'm just
I didn't hear a word of that.
drama back. Trouble, activating trouble. Activating a drawback of an item. Role playing. I don't know. A bunch of random things that are hard to.
Yeah. Plot twist, rally, second wind.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of so that we're using all of the pieces of the game.
Right.
So, drama point. Do you want to spend a drama point to her, or do you want to just try to save it?
Yeah, no, I didn't have an idea for what to spend it on.
I mean, you can say, like, you could use it for lore and just, like, you happen to know what the poison is or something, or it's something you've encountered.
Huh. I don't think my character's well versed in poison. He wouldn't consider it as like an item for his arsenal of personal weaponry, and so it's not. He wouldn't have that type of specialized knowledge.
Okay.
He's a thief, not an assassin. That's the difference.
That's true. Yeah.
You want to call me over? I might know. I do have enough poisons.
Yeah, some assassin expertise here.
Okay, so I walk over and I will go ahead and spend a drama point and say that I happened to recognize the poison.
Here, this is a poison that's manufactured in the dredge. It's a poison that created from turgid waters from sewers. So it's more of like
Gross.
It's more like weaponized lockjaw is what it is. Yeah. God.
Okay.
It's weaponized. It's weaponized poo. Weaponized poo.
Oh God.
Can I?
There are some healing gum from the Wyeth rainforest that will be able to help treat it. It'll draw out with.
All right. Well, I tell that to if there's any. I assume there's probably like guards standing over him as well.
Sure, they're trying to get a litter and start to move him back.
The only thing that will save this man.
Some sort of tree gum from the Wyeth rainforest.
You guys
Did
can
you find that tree lady?
Yeah, there was a tree lady here, right?
there was a tree lady.
We find her and squeeze her. She probably produces it, right? I don't know how they work.
For the tree lady.
Tree lady has taken cover behind one of the statues. She started to come out and looking. She was engaged in a philosophical argument with the dead Zeus, and she's just kind of standing there crying and shaking and rocking back and forth.
I will go ahead and activate in command and say, what kind of person is she? What's her real race?
Wyeth?
Wyeth?
Yeah, she's from Wyeth. She's one of the tree people.
Okay.
I think they're just called tree people.
Wyeth,
You there, tree.
Canyon. The Wyeth are tall and slender with dark bark-like skin and green or brown hair like sagebrush.
The gum from one of the trees of your forest could save this man. Can you help him?
I suppose I would know where to get some, but it would take me some time. I would have to go back to.
He's probably gonna die before then, isn't he?
Perhaps.
I can see his spirit weakening already. He certainly won't last that long.
I spend a drama point. He dies.
Plot twist.
Plot twist there. As you guys negotiate the sale and tendering of the prince, they put him onto one of the things, the litters, and all of a sudden he starts vomiting up blood. He vomits it on the guards, and one of the guards starts vomiting up, as well. Not just regular vomit.
I interpreted the use of the mechanic correctly, right?
It's
I did that right.
Your advantage.
Did I do that right?
I think so.
I don't.
I mean, you are planning to rule Mars eventually, so this is still to your advantage, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, if it's in your advantage, then I guess so.
Still a dick.
He
Oh.
He doesn't have time for a last word. He's just dead.
He's just gone. No final farewell for the Lord and the Lady.
Pale. His skin's very pale and blood leaks out of his mouth as he kind of stands there to the side, and You can see the one guard that was vomited on and started vomiting himself starts to take ill himself.
Uh-oh.
Quick, point that guard away from the rest of the people.
Sequester him. Yeah, hustle the guard out of the way before you can get anybody else sick.
Yeah, the guard kind of starts, he gets in quarantine him. When you watch some of the other people that were stabbed by the assassins begin to start throwing up as well.
Mm-mm.
Oh, is Kasim okay?
Yeah, that's disconcerting.
Oh, yeah.
Kasim, are you okay? Look at your wounds.
This doesn't bode well for you.
Santi's like, maybe we need to get that tree lady stuff after all.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
So plot twists do work well, don't they?
Feeling okay there, buddy?
I feel fine for right now. Do I need to roll something?
Look at your wounds. You end up like looking. You can see like purple veins, kind of just starting to. You feel fine. You're
I
probably
rubbed
fine.
some dirt in it.
Huh?
I rubbed some dirt in it.
Yeah, you're fine.
That'll work.
What? That,
Yeah,
that
I don't
seems
really
bad.
like-
I mean, I don't.
I like the look of
We
this.
might want to travel to Wyeth. That's, we got an airship,
I'm going to
right?
be honest.
There.
I mean, don't let it in your head or anything, but I'm concerned for your health.
A little bit. Oh, no.
Fate intervenes in the character's favor. I don't know.
I mean, if he's trying to take over the world, anyone who has power over him
Yeah,
that dies.
it does apply. It does apply.
You become one person closer to the Vancian nobility.
Precisely. The line gets that shorter.
Yeah, we can get them. If you need more people killed, we can get that for you wholesale.
Yeah, at the end of every session, Kasim is like, well, I got 3 plot points left, so he dies, and he dies, and he dies.
Somewhere.
I mean, he's the hardest.
Let's just Game of Thrones this bitch all up in here.
Yeah. The Princess Invisible dies of a heart attack. Just off screen, you know.
Okay.
Now, for the 8th in line for the throne.
Jesus.
The prince kind of throws up his last bit of blood, and the Lady Orez comes over, and she kind of stands close, doesn't touch his body. You can see that she fumes silently inside, and she looks over at the ship Infidel crew, and she says, "You will find these people. You will now."
Say a prayer and give last rites over his body and reach down with a cloth and close his eyes. We will find him, my lady.
You will find them, or I will burn the pigs to the ground.
She seems really nice.
Those who have caused
That's
this will pay.
foul.
We will make sure of it.
End this scene. She kind of takes her self and motions to her guards, and they all start to follow and step in line. And she says, "You will visit me when you are done, or you will never visit me at all. Or you will never be welcome in Vance again."
I'm starting to half suspect her at this point.
No, she seems nice.
Shit, very nice.
Study.
Very. Do you trust?
Really upset about this guy dying. She likes him, I think. I mean, she did start vomiting.
Don't worry, we will not fail you. We'll earn our place here. And I bow to one knee and kind of like motion for my compatriots to.
Is there a bug? What is it? Is there a bug?
I give a complicated cavalier salute.
I hawk and spit. I grew up in the caravans.
Animal.
So, what were the paths?
What's that?
The paths.
Paths.
John, what was your path?
The one that applies here is Path of the Giving Hands. Help those who cannot help themselves, and the better one is save someone from a threat as bad or worse than death.
Sure. Get 6 experience for that.
Yes.
Anyone else? Tori? Tori, what's your path?
No, I didn't really conquer and I didn't really vendetta, so I watched, got stabbed, attacked in self-defense, and then I neither conquered nor vendetted.
Sure.
Maybe I vendetted. I did get stabbed, and I stabbed the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
Where's the... No, it looks like you have a serious grudge with who?
Yeah, the sheik who owns my sister.
Ah, okay.
That's whom my vendetta is against. I knew it wasn't generalized like that.
Path of the Conqueror. You caused the guy to die.
I didn't cause it to die. I just got to watch smilingly at a distance as he died.
We will give you 3 for your increase of power and providence from getting 1 step closer to this.
Yeah. You were the one that spent the drama point, so it still
The
counts.
throne of man.
Definitely.
Like, one less snobby noble in the world. Yes! Conquest!
Kind of look at him and think, he should die, and then he dies.
Conquest by default.
Margaret?
I have promises kept, loyalty to the crew that could apply, and path of legendary reputation spread.
You totally spread reputation.
Path of the legendary?
Oh, do something which spreads your reputation, or risk death or
you
worse to spread your reputation.
You get 3 for that. The other one?
The other one is promises kept and loyalty to the crew. So, like, the promise that I'm keeping.
Oh,
is
yeah, you pick a specific vow.
loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Maybe not.
She was arguing prominently for pay there for us towards the end.
Right, I think that's Path of the Legendary, which is spreading her reputation.
Ah, okay.
Like, I feel like mentioning it, and the lady actually said the name of the ship Infidel.
That's true. In anger, but still, she said it.
So
No such thing as bad press.
If you were to
What was
like,
that?
I think if you like come back from this mission alive, you might be able to.
Okay.
And then Jesse,
I'm Path of the Coward and Path of the Deceiver.
I think you can get 6. 1 from the Path of the Coward and 1 from the Path of the Deceiver.
Yeah, I tried to stay out of combat the whole time.
I think you lied to that poor man.
He got what was coming to him.
I didn't do anything.
The poor deserve to be wet and cold and live in the mud.
And then everyone. I think
That's
everyone
why
gets
all of the astrologers are distrusted. You realize that, right?
right.
Because you're assholes.
Lying sons of bitches. When they don't actually tell you the truth, they just tell you what you want to hear.
Look, it's not my fault the stars structured the world as it is. It's just meant to be. Some people are better than others.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's what they have decided. The gods have decided.
That's going to go on the wall of Darla-isms.
Some people are better than others. Oh no.
But it speaks very well of you. I always am sure to keep good company.
She's not classist. You're just classless.
I apparently haven't been so fortunate.
Okay, so experience. Everyone gets 3 general experience, and then you guys get the experience that I said. So I think it was 3 for Margaret and Tori, and 6 for John and Jesse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's accelerated, so it would have been like, what, 3 and 2 otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that there's more of a seemingly split right now just because it's there.
Just because of the acceleration. Yeah. Well, you could always.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Right at 4, which is when you wanted to quit.
Right.
Yeah. It's right at 3 o'clock.
So, I mean, I think that actually everyone can get another 3 because I feel like the first half of the session was also kind of important in terms of like creating characters. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
go ahead and spread your experience across your things. Maybe create new traits and speeds and other things and see how your advances go. Make sure you kind of recognize the difference between advancements. And then I would say let's also maybe all of us reread this and see if we're missing things or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, I kind of like the way the system seems like it flows.
I just wish that, like, especially for the drama points, like, I don't feel comfortable enough with, like, the
Yeah.
amount of lore that's in there to suggest things, because I just don't, like, none of this
Yeah.
has any reference to me.
It's
Like,
once
I'm
we
not,
get a handle on the systems, it'll come a lot easier, I think. But it's going to
Yeah.
take a while because some of the systems are pretty badly explained.
Right.
yeah.
But I mean, I think that it's important not to overthink things too, because I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine to create lore.
I think it's fine to overthink them in a playtest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To it's tightly scrutinize them. I'm highly critical of it. I'm not getting the overall gestalt of how it comes together.
Mm.
Yeah, the flow is, I mean, this probably will improve as we get a hold on it, but, like, currently the flow leaves something to be desired.
It could be very good.
I feel like if we had a good handle on like what to roll, it seems like the flow creates a nice popcorn, like jumping back and forth within.
But see, that to me, like, that's like less. That's not as good because, like, when you don't have control as to when you can pop, like, you don't get to use your good ideas because by the time you run around, your good idea may no longer be applicable because you didn't have a move until 6 or something. By then, everything has changed.
Yeah, you can't rely on combat nearly as much in this situation because you're going at random times depending on your rolls.
Yeah.
There's
Like, you can't record, like in D&D, one of the things I like is that, like, you know, Hardin can be like, wait, guys, this is what we can do. And we'll be like, okay, so we'll delay our action so Hardin can do this thing, and then we'll all act after he's or, like, anybody. Like, it's hard to support the other characters in this.
yeah.
There's one glaring heresy that I grit my teeth at with this game. It's that it rejects that it's like your base abilities determine the outcome of success. Somehow your motivation determines your degree of success in the game, and the reasons that you're doing an action somehow determine the outcome. For me, that grates on me that it's not like based off of this rigid physical understanding of agility.
Right.
Constitution is framed. It's working with these loosey-goosey for love. Well, just because you have love in your heart has no no bearing on the outcome of your degree of success, and so that glaring
to an extent.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that it makes that bold attempt to like venture out into that territory, but it confounds my gamer logic so hard that it throws off the fantasy for me.
I think I think that the with cunning, with grace, and with force are those static, like my abilities, and then my motivations. Like, you have people in stories that have those, like Sir Brightblade, who are always so honorable that they dictate every action and how he proceeds to.
Well, yeah, it's actually one of the reasons I kind of like the system because, well, basically, I'm assuming they took a lot of inspiration from Ray Bradbury, Martian Chronicles. That's what this feels like a lot. And if you read a lot of Ray Bradbury's stuff, it is a lot more based on emotion and that kind of thing. The emotional world affecting the physical world in different ways. So I actually like that feeling about the system. I think it's pretty cool from a story perspective. It's a lot different from the this is not going to be like a tabletop moving figurines around and rolling hard dice. It's not going to be that.
Although I think having the tabletop made this.
The tabletop the tabletop always helps. Yeah.
Although I do feel like it's a system that like will develop and be easier to interact with as you kind of get more sense of all the characters.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to understand like why you're doing something, how you're doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So next week we'll go down to the dredge. And,
all right.
pursue some assassin hiring.
All right.
Love it. I'm excited.
My people.
Sounds good.
We have to do it next week just because this is like we have to get it done by the end.
Yeah, at the end of September.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
go around.
yeah.
You know,
Okay, how many sessions did they want us to play?
I think it was like 3 3-hour sessions. So what I think is
Okay.
maybe we just play for like a while. Let me just check real fast. Here we are at phase 3. Run between 2 and 4 sessions and get your feedback. So I think if we were to
At
play
least
next
one more
week-
session, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I think if we played a long section next week,
We do, yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
one-
character creation that we did at the beginning of this also counts because that's really important.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I considered it a session, and
Yeah.
so anyway, cool.
All right.
Next-
Cool. For running a
Next
Jaeger.
week.
Yeah.
Hey, did anybody else draw their
No.
cereal boxes?
I was waiting till we
no,
played.
I did not.
I was looking forward to seeing everybody else's, and then like nobody else drew theirs. So
Billy Burrows,
You-
Burrito
y'all should
Blast,
do
the
that.
Burrito Bombs are on the way. You know, I've actually
All right.
ordered a box. It's in development right now. The prototype box has not quite been, Chinese
see.
manufacturers slow this
Oh
week.
yeah, no, that happens. Delays and stuff. Well, I look forward to seeing it anyway.
All right. Well, until next week.
All right.
right.
See you
See ya.
later.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Night.
Bye.
Yeah.